It's time. It is that time. Time for Stiles and Watkins.
You can join the show by texting 916-339-1140. Find us on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140.
It's time for Alan Stiles and Chris Watkins.
Yes. On a Friday, Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports, taking up to 2 p.m. Can we get people out of the studio so we can do a show? It's a good show when you let us do the show, okay? Yes, Jason Ross has been here for 30 years, okay, which is outstanding. But can you celebrate outside of the studio, please? There's donuts in here. Fair or foul, Chris? Let's start it like this.
Okay.
So Carmichael Dave was upset with me. Simone behind the glass, by the way. It's going to be a great Friday. I got a great feeling about this show. I'll tell you that right now. We got some giveaways to get into.
We got an extra giveaway. Simone gave us an extra giveaway.
That's right. Today. Bonus giveaway. And let me say, if it was myself, I might make a burner account.
This might be tops.
No, I might make. When I tell you, put something on black for the Jason, I might do it myself. Simone, I need you to hop in here. Carmichael Dave was getting on me because Jose, our boss, great guy, doing great things for the station. Jose, he comes in with a plaque for Jason Ross and donuts. Okay. So
very fair.
Normally, yes, extremely fair. Outstanding. So normally, when we're trying to watch our figure and things like that, right, there will be a knife in the donut box.
Right.
So you can cut the donut. Yeah. Okay. But there was no knife because we're rushing. We're trying to do a show. There's 18 people in here. I get claustrophobic. So there's the sugar donut, the twisty sugar donut. So I rip it. I rip the donut, and Dave says, "Oh, great, Alan, now somebody's going to get your germs." What was I supposed to do there? I don't want to eat the whole donut. My hands are clean. Yeah. Simone has the other half. Yep, Simone clearly trusts me.
Yeah.
Dave's trying to make me feel like, he's talking about the Raider booger eaters, and all of a sudden I can't rip a donut? Fair foul, ripping a donut with your hands if a knife isn't available.
I think it's fair because I was in the same predicament. As you see, I have half a donut right here. I don't want to eat it. I almost cut it with a pen, and I decided, that's probably not worth it. So, yeah, I mean, I probably should have used my hand to rip it in half, and instead I just have half of a donut that's going to sit here for the rest of the show.
So you took the whole donut.
I did take the whole donut, but I wanted to do what you did. I just didn't have the gusto to do it.
Simone,
I think it's fine. I would have no issue with it.
Simone, you looked in the
super fair.
You looked in the dozen of donuts and you said, "Oh,
that one's perfect for me."
Thank you.
My other half.
And now we're donut buddies for the rest of the day.
Exactly.
Outstanding stuff. Well, we have look now Dennis is saying, "Napkin, you dirty dog." Dennis,
there was literally one napkin.
You're
and
on
I
YouTube,
took
Dennis.
I took the single napkin in this room.
A paper cut with these outstanding giveaways.
Yeah, we can't ruin the reads here.
That's right.
Use a boogie shoe.
Right. Well, I used something. We got a stapler. What boogie shoe?
That's DeMarcus's shoe.
I'm not using boogie shoe. We got pliers. We got to use the pliers.
Yeah, you could have just cut it in half.
Why are they even
those rusty? Would you rather? Okay. Yeah. Would you rather have ripped it in half
or rusty pliers?
Use those rusty pliers to cut it.
You want tetanus?
Come on.
It's summer.
Come on.
The fair is opening today, and now you have tetanus.
Wow. Goodness gracious.
Because you didn't want Alan's hands. And Dave, really, Dave? And now you want me to work from 6 to 2?
Wow, that's crazy.
Speaking of these giveaways, let's get to the first one that we've been doing. Last day for Lou Graham. Tickets, the original voice of Foreigner, is coming to Sacktown, and we want to get you in the building next Friday for the 38 special experience. All you have to do is hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline at 1 p.m. Simone will pick that special number to score the pair of tickets and check out an unforgettable night of Southern Rock courtesy of Thunder Valley Casino Resort. For more information, visit sacktownsports.com, and this is the one, folks. You hear that?
Wow.
You hear that?
Is that premium paper?
You hear that? That is crispy.
Wow.
Okay.
Special print.
Luxury Las Vegas grand prize giveaway. Happy Friday. Sacktown Sports has teamed up with the newest luxury resort in Las Vegas, the Fountain Blue, to get you laced up with the ultimate luxury grand prize experience this summer. Head to sacktownsports.com and enter for your chance to win this grand prize package. Here we go, including a posh 2-night stay at the Fountain Blue, Las Vegas, 5 $100 Amex for gas, you need it, or airfare.
Okay.
And tickets to a Las Vegas show and more. Must be 21 or over to enter. Terms and conditions apply. For more information and to enter to win, visit SacktownSports.com. Where's wifey? Can I?
You were just talking about going to Vegas, too.
I was. Can I?
He is not eligible, unfortunately, from a legal standpoint. I'm so sorry.
It's not Alan Stiles. I'm Callan Miles. Callan Miles.
Are you proud of that?
That's right.
Callan.
That's off the top. Shout out Callan Miles. That's my alter ego. Okay.
Right. Good alias.
All right. Let's get into some sports talk here. Okay. Because I got to tell you, I don't know. And I'm not saying this because, look, we know that they call themselves the leader and this, that, and the third. We have Simone here who does a great job for us marketing wise as well with promotions. I don't know if there's a worse marketed product in sports than the ESPYs. Call in 916-339-1140.
Early call.
Did you know the ESPYs were coming on last night? I had no clue. It's the worst marketed event in all of sports. Mm-hmm. I don't know how it and Chris, I tell you when I'm running or whatever, I'll throw on the 4-letter network to see what they're talking about to get ideas during this period where we're waiting for the next trade to drop, whatever. No ads, nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. And then I go on social media after my Ballers in game yesterday. I'm driving back and I see Serena Williams crip walking. What is happening? I don't know who the host was.
It was Serena.
Serena was the host.
I have no clue. Yes.
They're making fun of Drake, and people are getting on Serena because at one point she was dating Drake. And first of all, and to that, by the way, who cares?
Yeah.
Are y'all telling me if you didn't have an opportunity to make fun of your ex, you wouldn't do it?
Absolutely.
Who cares?
Absolutely.
Oh, Serena switched up. Well, she's married with a child or children now.
Yes.
Yeah, she switched up.
She's moved on. Yeah.
Y'all still got love for all your exes? What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's crazy. Especially one probably as toxic as Drake.
What are we talking about? Oh, now she want to switch it. That was like 7 years ago.
Homie switched up like 3 albums ago. What are we talking about?
What are you talking about? He had an album with 18 pregnant cartoon women on it. And Serena can't crip walk?
Serena's the wild one, though.
What are we talking about? So I didn't know she was the host.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was happening. It's the worst marketed sporting event or I guess award show in the history of award shows. It's almost like they don't want to do it.
It's crazy. It's so crazy. And like people aren't there to receive their awards.
Never.
I mean, they used to traditionally do it right after the MLB All-Star game, right? If I'm not mistaken. So it gave it this nice period of being able to everyone to join. And this was just so crazy. I'm with you guys. I had no idea what was happening till it was on. And it was on ABC too.
That's crazy.
Really? It was on national.
It was on ABC.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shout out. At least they're propping up the V Foundation. That's the only thing that I see in terms of promotion is for the V Foundation. And I guess maybe
and Stuart Scott. I'm assuming they did something for Stuart Scott. Like I said, I didn't even watch it.
His daughters were there.
Oh my God. It gets me every time. Stuart Scott content makes me tear up every single time without failure. And that's the only promo I saw for it. And I was telling you about some of the award winners, and maybe that's why we don't, because they're terrible awards as well. Like it feels like it's kind of a company event where it's hey, this isn't actually about giving the awards to which
it's an all hands.
Maybe
it's an all hands.
You could argue maybe that's an award show for you, is that they're not actually giving the awards to the people who deserve it.
Right.
It feels more like it's hey, this is more just a big ESPN event, a corporate event to get people to come. Because I was telling you, the thing that screams it to me is, Alan Stiles, how did Jaylen Brown win best championship performance when we were having questions about whether or not he was even the MVP of that series? So, I think it's clearly a thing where it's like, hey, we haven't given the Celtics love or the NBA love in an award yet. Let's make sure to give them. And then, let's make sure to sprinkle in some racing in here too. And it's just like
best hockey player.
Who cares?
It's just very random. And then you have Flau'jae performing. And this
she's great, but
this was the reaction to Flau'jae performing.
Boom.
That was it.
Whoa, wait, I can actually hear crickets. I didn't even hear crickets in the
right.
other one.
I mean,
at least these are reactions.
And they just,
at least the crickets are like, we're here.
You know that Jay-Z meme where you can't tell if he's into it or not, and he's like bobbing his head. They pan to the audience, and it's just a Jay-Z meme. Yeah. Lisa Leslie's bobbing her head. I believe I like this. It's just awkward.
It's terrible.
The whole thing is just awkward.
I just don't know what they're trying to get. I mean, I guess it's just, getting all of the people in sports there. But, I don't really see what the point of it is anymore. It feels like, at one point, I don't think it ever really meant much, but it felt like it was still an event that people would pay attention to now. And maybe it's to Simone's point that nobody even shows up really anymore. Yeah. Like LeBron James. I know that they're doing the Olympic stuff.
Draymond was there. They need to have a best podcaster. It'll be between Draymond
what they should do. No, like is
Draymond
to do
and
more of the
Podcast
niche
P.
stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anybody really cares about who wins the ESPY for best male athlete.
What do you think these guys? Where do you think they put their ESPYs?
I honestly think I was going to say they throw it away, but like they don't. I'll tell you what, it's not even worth giving to your parents,
right?
Because there are a lot of people. Oh, my MVP's somewhere at my mom's house or something like that.
Yeah,
you don't like. It's not worth giving it to your parents because honestly, what do your parents care about you winning an ESPY? And you're not going to put it in your own trophy case because it's a participation trophy. It's like okay. Here's my MVP. Here's when I won the finals MVP.
Patrick Mahomes, best NFL player. What is he doing with that ESPY?
He's putting it right next to his Nickelodeon award.
Yeah.
It's like what
I guarantee you his son is just messing around with it right now. That's exactly what's happening.
It's a paperweight or something like that.
Shohei Ohtani, best Major League Baseball player. Cool.
Sell it on eBay.
Great stuff. I think the college athletes probably like it. But
absolutely.
So we'll get into all the awards a little bit later in the show, or I should say much later in the show. We got a 4-hour show for you going up till 2 p.m. Then we hand it over to the Drive guys. Coming up next, we had some fun there, but it's a little less fun when we get into Devin Carter because I told you, Chris, that picture told us everything. JR, we see you. We'll have some fun with you after this quick break. Stiles Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike for the left hand. The Kings lead by 3.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 tests under high-load conditions versus API SP test limits.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. You could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Sacramento has a new tag team in the midday. It's Stiles and Watkins on Sacktown Sports.
From the 916, don't you guys all spit into the same microphones and Dave's worried about you ripping a donut? To be fair, 916, I bring in my own mic cover. I do. That Dave said, hey, you should probably bring in your own mic cover.
Yeah.
And I did, so I hear you. But yeah, I still rip that donut though. Simone, did you eat it yet?
No, it's right here.
Good stuff.
You wash your hands often, right?
Yes.
Sanitize?
Yes.
Yeah, so we got no problems. We ain't got no problems.
Is that Christopher Laud laughing back there?
Yeah. Ain't no problem.
All right. 916-339-1140. Oh, my goodness. I can't wait to hear what this guy has to say. JR, I think he wants to make fun of the ESPYs, but I'm not quite sure. What's up, JR? What you got for us?
This is the best show on this station in the afternoon from 10 to 2.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you right.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys deserve
oh, my goodness.
And I would endorse Simone to promote the ESPYs, but does she have time between shoving donuts in her mouth? I mean, they're just going to hear it gurgling as she promotes the. I mean, she answers the phone with a full chunk of donut in her mouth.
It was not a full chunk. It was a delicate bite, and I, needed to know your name quickly.
Oh, my name. Oh, sugar girl, sugar donut. Hey, the ESPYs too bring some great content. Over the years, I think it was Manning that did it one year. He was off the charts funny. There was a time, I always remember this one. Will Ferrell went up and he pretended like he was Tiger Woods accepting an award. That was one of the greats. The problem with the ESPYs, of course, is that content's great. Some of the humor they have, they rip, and over the years, but it just hits during the week. And like you said, no promotion, no nothing. Serena was pretty good. She could have probably done some deeper stuff. Go ahead, hit the bottom.
Right.
Nobody cares. But and then like you were saying, do off awards, do podcast, do best performance in the last minute of a game.
Oh yeah,
that doesn't matter. Like what was our boy that missed both free throws in order for the whole fans to get like a chicken sandwich or someone?
Yeah.
Boba.
Boban. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's the stuff they need to do. They need to be more like you. They need to be more like this show and not have really good content. Just be funny. All right. See you guys. Love you. Bye.
Bye, JR.
Why did I get a stray?
I think we all got strays.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sometimes,
You didn't ask me why the Vikings.
Sometimes you can tell when callers have a plan, and then you can tell when callers don't have a plan. I don't think JR ever has a plan when he calls in. He just kind of shoots from the hip. Yeah, I think he did have a good idea with just some of and Chris, you said it, the podcaster, best podcaster and things like that. You know what's funny, though, and this is a word to the wise, okay? Because when you're at the top, everybody feels good. But I do think it's crazy how, and I can't remember when Drake hosted the ESPYs. Yeah. But I do think it's, and that was when it was the DeMar DeRozan.
Yep.
The DeMar DeRozan skit and everything like that. I do think it's crazy how you can go from being at the top and everybody is laughing with you, and just a couple years later, you are the butt of the joke. It's just a word to the wise, you're not going to be at the top forever. That's just how it goes. Okay, but hopefully we will see Devin Carter at the top once he is good and healthy. Chris, I know we talked yesterday and I was kind of pseudo kidding about this picture. I'm going to be honest, Chris, I wasn't sure what the situation was in terms of how long he was going to be out. I know a lot of people from baseball that tore their labrums, and how that can really alter. Obviously, throwing a baseball is a bit different. It's not a shooting arm or a shooting shoulder. It is for Kevin Huerter, so that'll be interesting. But out for 6 months, I mean, I'll just ask you this question. Do you think that the Kings, when they drafted Devin Carter, knew that it could be this bad?
I'm sure that they wondered if it could be. I can't speak to if they actually knew or not. I mean, you would assume the way that Monty was talking on draft night, especially with 2020 hindsight, like he was really preparing us for some sort of news like this. I feel like the team isn't super shocked by it. I'm sure that they weren't thrilled to hear the actual final diagnosis, but I'm sure that there was a part of them that knew that this was a possibility when they took him. We clearly did, and I'll tell you that. Like, at the very least, like, as I was not, like, I can't speak to if the Kings were expecting this 6-month time frame, but I'll tell you what, I wasn't. I mean, that's more of my own, we're not doctors here, so I'm not familiar with how long it takes to heal from those things. I was expecting at worst to hear, he might miss the first couple weeks of the season, which means he misses training camp. The approximately 6 months puts us pretty much in the middle of January. And that's missing about 2.5 months of the season.
Here is the kind of official breakdown. The team announced that he underwent a successful procedure to repair a torn labrum on his left shoulder. According to the release, Carter will begin the rehabilitation process and expected to make a full recovery. A medical update will be provided in approximately 6 months. 6 months from today is early January, when NBA teams have typically completed roughly 1/3 of their 82-game regular season. Chris, some people then start to panic, I think, for lack of a better term. And I saw some Kings fans saying, honestly, I think this might be a redshirt year for him. Are you worried about, I don't know about worried, but do you think that's a possibility, or do you think, hey, when he's healthy, he's going to get on out there? Because that is a decent amount of time, and then you got to work, and he's a rookie, right? Yeah. That's the thing. This isn't Kevin Huerter or somebody who's been in the NBA just getting back up to speed. If they're in the heat, I mean, 1/3, obviously there's time to acclimate, right? But they're in the heat of a Western Conference race. You're going to have to be really delicate with the situation. And let's say they're cooking. Let's say the Kings are the 3 seed and they're balling, right? I do think this thing is going to be a bit delicate to handle.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I'm just trying to look at where we were last year. It was about 30. January 11th last year was 37 games in. So it's really about half the season. I think he'll probably still play. I heard Jay yesterday when the news broke. I turned on the Drive guys and heard Jay kind of saying that he thinks that this could be the end of that he could sit for the entirety of the season. And I think everything he said yesterday definitely makes tons of sense. Like kind of like exactly what you just laid out there. It's already half the season. You don't know how the season's going. That could play a factor into it. And then, you still have to get him up to speed as well. Like if he's pretty much a guarantee to miss training camp, well, just because he's healed from his injury on January 11th doesn't mean he's going to be 100% ready for action on January 11th. Right. And we talked about it yesterday in terms of kind of getting him up to speed. And like you said, if you're already winning, you don't want to ruin that momentum, ruin the chemistry that you have built up just to kind of have this rookie slowly integrate himself back in. There's a possibility for it for sure. I think more than likely the Kings really feel like Devin Carter will be additive to them, even as a rookie, even if this is the worst he's ever going to be. I think they're going to try and slowly implement him. It wouldn't surprise me if he ends up redshirting, but I do think that the plan as currently constructed is for him to play, and that's just me guessing. But I would think the way that the Kings have talked about him, and I know we talk about the schedule or the roster imbalance, but I still think that the Kings need a guy like Devin Carter.
Yeah, and let me ask you this. When you talk about adding McLaughlin, okay, do you think that there is a difference between what Devin Carter brings and McLaughlin brings? Yeah,
I think McLaughlin's a lot smaller than he is. McLaughlin's like a legit 6 foot, and where Devin Carter's been listed at 6'3". And I think McLaughlin's a lot more like Davion. And again, I would say that Devin Carter's maybe a little bit more like Keon in terms of how they defend and size profile wise. Devin Carter's definitely a little bit more legitimate NBA size. McLaughlin is busting his behind every single play, but he's definitely more undersized, more so like Davion Mitchell. And I wasn't expecting, it's a good point to bring up, because I wasn't really expecting McLaughlin to have that big of a role either with this team. So it'll be interesting to see. I guess it could be a training camp battle, but is he the backup point guard? Or, like you've kind of pointed out in the past, is this maybe Keon Ellis isn't much of a traditional point guard, but can he just be somebody who in the backup role brings the ball down the floor? That could maybe just be the route. Get the ball to Sabonis. 100%. Like, I think that really could be the route that they go.
Coming up next, we continue the conversation and we look at the other side. Why wouldn't the Kings add Devin Carter when he's healthy? Unless they're the 1 seed and they're about to break records, you can always get better. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
The Open Championship celebrates its 152nd anniversary this month at Royal Troon in Scotland. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. The game's top players assemble for a chance at the coveted Claret Jug. The Open Championship is about tradition, excellence, and class. And you'll find similar qualities at Naturewood Home Furnishings as they assemble the finest furniture and brand choices for your selection. When you visit Naturewood, you'll be amazed at the gallery of superior furniture available for your lifestyle, for your decor, for your home. This weekend during Naturewood's bedroom sale, you're sure to find the perfect piece you've been searching for. Naturewood is proud to bring you Open Championship updates on this station and proud to offer you the finest furnishings available. Naturewood Home Furnishings. Off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water.
I'm a very active person that likes to move around and go. The pain I was in was really excruciating. It was actually debilitating. I was basically heading towards a sedentary lifestyle. I had really tried everything, but I quickly lost hope with all of the things that we had tried, and that's what led me to the Good Feet store. And when I found the Good Feet system, it really just changed everything. It brought me back to life. I have my active lifestyle back.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Hey, what's up, Sacramento? It's Kyle Draper. Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and of course, mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Just go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
18 number ones.
What was I thinking?
Countless ACM and CMA awards. Sold out world tours. And now Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee,
I love you just the way
Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by McKee Brothers, Clemmy Rooter and Heat, and Dawson Oil Company.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
You don't want to miss the Kia of Vacaville Summer Sticker Sales Event. This is your chance to drive home in a brand new Kia with leases starting as low as $169 per month, plus bonus cash. Whether you're eyeing the stylish Kia Soul, the versatile Kia Sportage, the luxurious Telluride, or the efficient Kia Forte, we've got the perfect model to fit your lifestyle and budget. Come into Kia of Vacaville today and experience our incredible selection of vehicles, outstanding customer service, and unbeatable deals. Kia of Vacaville's friendly and knowledgeable staff are here to help you find your dream car and to make the entire process seamless and enjoyable. Imagine cruising through this summer to Tahoe or the beach in a brand new spacious Kia, making memories with family and friends. Don't wait. These deals won't last long. Visit Kia of Vacaville today and turn your dream into reality. Make this summer one to remember with a new Kia from Kia of Vacaville. Model availability. Lease options and features may vary. Please visit Kia of Vacaville for more details.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Live and local, it's Stiles and Watkins. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Continuing the conversation as far as Devin Carter, who is out for approximately 6 months. Chris was a bit surprised. I was surprised when he was going into surgery, but then I saw that picture.
Yeah.
And I said, that looks like
looks like a surgery, doesn't it?
It looks like a hardcore surgery. The typing that he had.
Yep.
Don't cut that, Simone. That typing he had. 6 months approximately, torn labrum, and we move forward. All right. And Chris, as I was thinking about it, and I said, what if they're the 3 seed? What type of person am I to say that? You're not going to implement somebody because you're the 3 seed, unless they're the 1 seed about to set a record. You see if this guy can help you.
Even if they are the 1 seed.
Even if they are the 1 seed, you can be better. And I think what's going to happen is, if you were to guess how the timeline was going to progress for Devin Carter with no injury, hey, we're going to see what he does at training camp. And then probably, just out of respect for the guys that have been there, he's going to get some time during garbage time, and he'll play a decent amount of preseason, or he would have been playing summer league, but then preseason and then garbage time, very similar to Keon Ellis. And whether the Kings are blowing a team out or getting blown out, let's see what he does there. And then next thing you know, hey, all right, let's move him up in the rotation. Let's see what he can do. And that will all be delayed. The one thing, Chris, I wanted to discuss as far as Devin Carter and his progression. Okay, so January comes around. I don't know what the plan was initially for him in the G League and dealing and having any time.
I don't think so. I don't think he would have. No.
Okay, but do you think he will now?
Possibly, definitely possibly. Think about it like, Blake Snell. Blake Snell's, chilling in Sacramento was chilling in Sacramento for a decent bit of time. And, it wouldn't surprise me if he gets a couple games. That would actually be probably the best thing to do for him, get his feet wet a bit and give him almost like a pseudo summer league himself. Like he didn't get to experience all the things that rookies traditionally get to experience. You kind of, play with the ankle weights on a bit, and then you're kind of set free. And I think, Devin should probably be treated similarly to how he would be treated if he were healthy. You should try and give him some game action first. And like you said, kind of spoon feed him minutes. And then, if you like what you see, you progressively give him more and more. I would guess that that's probably the route they're going to go, is giving him a handful of G League games. And, the Kings G League, this is honestly a credit to them 100%. They've done a great job, especially last year, of making sure that team isn't just your typical G League team. I mean, we talked about the G League Ignite, but in general, the G League squads are filled with these, under 25, under 26 guys who, frankly, are just going out there every night trying to get a contract and aren't really concerned with playing good basketball or giving a good look in a system or anything like that. I say all that to say the Kings have done the complete opposite. They had Stanley Johnson. They had Jeremy Lamb on their team. DeAndre Burton was on their team last year. Even Mason Jones is a bit of an older guy for the G League relatively. They made sure that they have an actual system in place. So Devin Carter's not going over there to play glorified pickup or AAU basketball like it's been in the past. The Kings actually run and play like a basketball team, which is why they traditionally have had so much success at the G League level, because they're not out there for numbers and just trying to get contracts. They're out there legitimately trying to win at every level, and I think that's going to be good for Devin Carter's career or for his minor development that he'll probably have to go through recovering from the injury, because he'll actually be in a not a 1-for-1, but a similar situation. It's not going to be go down to the G League and give us 35 every single night. They can actually say, Devin, it's okay if you score 14 points, but if you do 14 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals like we've seen Colby Jones have, that's better. We'd much rather see you do something, as you like to say perfectly, that's scalable to the NBA. Yeah. You scoring 35 in the G League every night, that's not happening in the pros. Right. It's a guy who it's a leadoff hitter who has to, hey, we want you to get on base. And he's going Willie Mays Hayes. I know that might be over. I see Christopher Law back there, Major League. Hey, I'm hitting homers in AA and single A. Well, that's cool, but that's not going to be your job when you get to the big leagues. 100%. That we like to see that sometimes, but we want to see you sealing bases. Yeah. We want to see you getting working counts. Exactly. You hitting a bunch of first pitch home runs. That's not going to happen when you're facing Paul Skeens. Okay, that's just not the deal here. And we want you to work on who you're going to be
at that level. This is from the 925, Chris, the 13th pick in the draft, worst draft in 20 years. I actually think it was 25 years. He wasn't going to make a huge impact this year. When he comes back, he can still play point defense and shoot spot up threes. Changes nothing. I don't know about change.
That's putting way too much weight on the quality, the overall quality of the draft class. Just because it's the worst draft class doesn't mean that everybody collectively is bad. It just means that the top end talent wasn't quite what it's been.
I wouldn't say it changes nothing. I definitely think they were hoping he'd make an impact 100%. This season. And you know what, Chris? I'm thinking about this depth chart when you bring up Colby Jones. Yeah. So he comes back, Devin Carter. I don't even know, how does he even get ahead of?
I mean, he's going to be ahead of Colby Jones. He's the 13th pick,
but
like the second rounder.
Right. I'm saying, but that's where I'm going with this, based on when we've seen the player podcast, and I know from experience from buddies that I know in baseball as well. Yeah, I was hitting 300, but I've rode pine because somebody came in that was worth more money than me. Do you think he will be accelerated past Colby Jones, even if Colby Jones is doing a dang good job?
I think so. Yeah. I feel like they're probably going to put, I think they're going to put Devin Carter more at point guard than at shooting guard. And it feels like, especially with, where they've had Colby playing in the summer league, I think Colby is more fighting against Keon Ellis. And it feels like Devin is really only competing with McLaughlin right now for minutes, if I had to guess. But I mean, definitely, I think it in general isn't good for Colby Jones's future. Not saying Colby's going to get cut or that he doesn't have a future here, but it's just one more person, to your point, one more person in line that's probably in front of you that you have to elevate above in order to escalate your role.
I was going back through the draft, Chris, and it doesn't matter because this guy got picked one pick before the Kings. But if the Kings knew this, I am interested. It's funny that the Thunder got rid of Josh Giddey and then drafted somebody fairly similar. I know Josh Giddey goes 6'7", 6'8", which is crazy. But Nikola Topic, who tore his ACL, and he dropped to number 12 to the Thunder. He's going to be
where he ended up. Yeah.
The Thunder, and he could be the steal of the draft. He tore his ACL, so he dropped. But the Thunder could have somebody waiting in the wings. This kid is supposed to be legit, and he was supposed to go top 10, so he didn't drop that far. Yeah. And now I'm just doing the hypothetical. I do wonder if he was available, and the Kings knew, well, Devin Carter's going to be out half year anyway. We might as well take a flyer on a kid who's really definitely supposed to have a higher ceiling than a Devin Carter, but I guess we'll never know.
No, yeah, I mean it's a good question to have because to your point, I mean if they were both going to be out anyway, I mean I don't know if it's just a bet on the future. Yeah, I think a lot of people are more positive about Nikola Topic's future, but I think that there still is, as we've seen, a lot of people that are high on Devin Carter's too.
Let's ask the question this way then. Okay. And remove specifically Nikola Topic. If we don't know what the Kings necessarily knew, but let's assume the Kings didn't know that Devin Carter was going to be out 6 months.
Right.
Let's assume they didn't know. Do you think they would have drafted differently?
I don't think so. I don't know where exactly they would have gone instead. You know, I know a lot of people were excited about Dalton Connect. I think clearly, like there was something there. We still don't know what exactly led to the fall, but clearly,
in summer league, he didn't light it up. He had lit up so far.
Decent game, but I think he still was like 9 of 20 or something.
And he ended up on Brick Center, I think, for at least one of the games. So we'll see what he does in summer league.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see we'll see how that goes. I wouldn't think so. I think again, Devin Carter's still the mold of player that the Kings ideally wanted. Of course, you know I was a big Tristan da Silva guy, but I just don't think that was ever the route that they were going to go. No, I think that they had a decent idea, but assuming that they didn't, I still think they probably would have gone Devin Carter just because he was the best talent available at number 13. He had a lot of people thinking he was going to go top 8, and the fact that he fell all the way to 13 is, in a way, I don't mean to put those level of expectations on him, but in a way it's kind of Tyrese Halliburton-esque where it's like you kind of just don't argue about anything else and you don't worry about why he fell. You just take the talent and understand that, whatever you're going to, at 13, it's pretty much such a low risk move at that point. You might as well take the swing.
Yeah. So that's the situation now. I see a text that just came in about Devin Carter. We will get to that on the other side, and we will break down the rest of the Devin Carter situation. By the way, Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, okay, he is on the ground. He is boots on the ground with everything, all things NBA offseason trades, free agency. Brett Siegel who may have some nuggets for us. That's at 11 o'clock. I'm really, really excited for Brett Siegel and what he is going to bring to the show. That's at 11 o'clock, so you don't want to miss that. Coming up next, we tie a bow on the Devin Carter situation, and we get into Paul Skeens' starter for the National League All-Star team. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
They're going to give it. No, it's a play action. Purdy going to roll left, throw for the end zone. Caught by George Kittle. He has the hat trick tonight, a career high. 3 touchdown catches for George. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give My Lowe's Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not a My Lowe's Rewards member? Join for free today. Visit Lowe's.com/Messi for more details.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here to remind you that the famous Bay Area pizza company Amici's East Coast Pizzeria now has a location in Sacramento offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. You can check out their menu and order online at amicis.com and click on the Sacramento location. And as a special deal all this week, order any large pizza and get a second pizza of equal or lesser value for half the price. Use code HALF-OFF at checkout. So when you want a great deal on pizzas this week, use promo code HALF-OFF at amicis.com and Amici's delivers.
The weather is hot and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives are spent sleeping? Hi, this is Franklin Rosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water rail.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Sacramento has a new tag team in the midday. It's Stiles and Watkins on Sacktown Sports.
We have such a smart listener base, okay? We're getting numbers, Chris. You ready for this? We have college numbers from when Colby Jones and Devin Carter faced off. You ready for this?
Okay.
2023.
Get some good Big East numbers. Why not?
That's right. In 2023. Colby Jones versus Carter in two matchups. Colby Jones, game 1, had 20 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Carter had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. In game 2, Colby Jones had 29 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Carter had 15 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like Colby did pretty well.
Sounds like Colby cooked.
Well, I don't like that.
Not that.
Then which side are we supposed to root for here? Because Devin Carter's supposed to be good at defense, and if he's allowed.
I don't know if they guarded each other.
Positionally, possibly.
209. I know you got the highlights. Did they guard each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peek into that.
Here's another one, Chris, from the 916. Morning, guys.
Morning.
I want to start with I'm super happy with the DeRozan acquisition, but
Sounds like a butt's coming.
Yep.
There you go.
But ... I'm a little confused by the Carter situation. It's starting to feel like Monty is pulling the wool over our heads at times. The whole story about we didn't have our doctors look at him, the story about how we want to be flexible, and it seems we aren't that flexible. Not trying to be negative. I just think most Kings fans want the truth! ! Thanks, guys. That is from Jeff. So the doctor thing, Chris, I don't know if you have any more clarity on that, because I don't know if they were allowed. I don't. I don't.
Well, I mean, you're allowed to get medicals on guys. You're allowed to get have your medical team look at people. It's just that they.
I mean, it's a torn labrum.
Yeah. I mean, I think that they just didn't because, I mean, I kind of think they weren't expecting him to be there. Monty said that a couple times on draft night too, that they just didn't think he was going to be there. So that's definitely a reason why. But I personally don't feel like we were ever misled in any direction. I mean, I think Monty was pretty upfront that they knew, they were aware of the shoulder injury at the time. They didn't know the severity. I think that was true. I mean, I don't really see where the deceiving went on there.
Yeah, I guess as far as, I mean, look, they never said they were going to not take a guard, right? They never said anything. The Kings, as far as what they feel they need, that can change by the wind. And they thought that they were getting a player in Devin Carter that could really help the team. So to that point about the medicals, apparently they were okay with waiting. Right now, I could see some contradiction as far as we want somebody that's going to be able to help. But at the same time, Monty said we're drafting for the future, not to literally help us out right now. And we get that. It is a bit confusing when it's, okay, so we got a lower ceiling guy, but the lower ceiling guy.
Who said he's lower ceiling? Nobody said he's lower ceiling.
I mean, are you calling him a high ceiling guy? High ceiling to me is, if this could be a dude.
I I mean, I feel like calling him Derek White and saying, you know, Josh Hart, like starter level quality guy. I think that's a fairly high ceiling.
Okay.
For a draftee. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. That's not what I think. I guess Derek White could be the yeah, it's a matter of how you define.
It's the 13th pick in the draft.
Right.
You know, I think that's a pretty good spot to land at. If you're the 13th pick and you end up being a starter, that's a pretty good value on that pick.
Yeah. And we all know this whole thing is a crapshoot. As far as the flexibility is concerned, and we've heard this before. I just think that it's your definition of being flexible. Right. I think they have tried to be, every team is trying to be flexible, and the Kings are in a better position than a lot of other teams.
Yeah.
So they are more flexible. They haven't, and they've used their flexibility. I mean, they just, again, I know Jeff said he's not trying to be negative, but they did get DeMar DeRozan.
They made 2 trades.
Yeah. Because of that flexibility.
Yeah.
And that first trade, when we were kind of scratching our heads about it, was to remain flexible.
Yep.
And then that ended up helping the DeMar DeRozan situation, and they still have another piece in Kevin Huerter or whoever you want, and picks and things like that to go get somebody else. So I think personally, I'm more in the camp of the I wouldn't say misleading or wool over our heads, but I would definitely be more in the camp of confusion with Devin Carter versus where the Kings are flexibility wise.
Yeah.
And I said that on draft night.
Yeah, definitely. I understand the confusion about Devin Carter. Like, I think a lot of people are always going to be confused as why you take a rookie that's hurt or that you're not going to get
and another guard
production from and another guard. Absolutely. Like, that's definitely a layer to it. I understand the confusion 100%, but you know, I think ultimately though that confusion should be, I won't say completely gotten rid of, but it should be slightly alleviated by all of the positive press that you hear about the pick. You know, everybody said, look, this is a fantastic pick for Sacramento. I think a lot of people thought, I mean, especially the draft people were aware, like, you know, the Sam Vicinis of the world were very aware that Devin Carter had some sort of shoulder injury that was ailing him throughout the pre-draft process. And I think, you know, yesterday yesterday on the Drive Guys, they also said when they had talked to the Providence reporter on their show, they had told him, or he had told them that Devin Carter had missed a tournament game because of this shoulder.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think that there's a lot of people that were caught off guard by Devin Carter's shoulder injury. I just think that, you know, it's unfortunate. He's going to miss.
Internally, they weren't caught off guard.
Yeah. I mean, well, even externally in terms of the other draft analysts as well. I think it was pretty widely known that Devin Carter had some sort of ailment, and people still universally love the pick and think that it's going to be a good pick for Sacramento. So even if you are confused, I think it's okay to be confused, but still you should feel overall positive about the move. And, you know, you're missing one season of, and we're later, maybe this will help. And this is the point of the segment later. We're going to go through a ton of different rookies who missed or players who missed their rookie season and still had perfectly fine careers that you don't even think about them missing the first year of their career.
Right. And at the bottom line, it's tough because I think people, and there was a lot of information going on. There were a lot of names going on. And to be fair, I don't know how much everybody paid attention to Devin Carter because he wasn't on our mock drafts at all. If the Kings were going to hoist the Larry O'Brien this season, I think Devin Carter would have helped maybe, but I don't think it was going to be, hey, without Devin Carter, they wouldn't have got it done. So I think maybe the expectations, right, on being, well, it's a college guy and smaller guy, he must be able to help us right now. And now people understanding that that's not going to happen. And he's still going to be available this season, right? It's not that he's not Topic, Nikola Topic is not out the whole season or for a year because of that ACL. And it's not an ACL, it's a shoulder. So I do think that things happen quickly. It was a name that was thrown around early, then Malik Monk happened, name disappeared, and then the Kings ended up getting him anyway. So it all happened quickly. All we can do is hope for the best and hope for a speedy recovery. These young dudes, they recover quickly. He'll be fine. He'll be back, and we'll see that dog that he has in him, and that's what he has been saying this whole time since the injury. All right, coming up next, Brett Siegel joins us, national NBA insider and reporter for Clutch Points. We'll have some nuggets, and I'm very excited for what Brett is going to bring to the show. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell me what's happening for Chrysler's Make This the summer sales event.
Everywhere you go, things are getting more expensive, but at Hoblet, we're working to save you as much as we can, which is why right now you can save up to $15,500 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn or Laramie Hemi 4x4s. And we figured why not include no payments for 90 days.
You guys are going all out this month, aren't you?
From the time my grandfather opened the first Hoblet dealership back in 1949, one thing we've strived for is to treat you like family. That's why you'll find the big city selection and savings with over 400 Rams available, but the small town care and attention when you buy from Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
15,500 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 1500s after 8,500 factory rebates and 7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,000 Chrysler Captor bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Captor qualify. And 500 first responder cash for current members of eligible First Responder Association. At least 5 of this net savings, sample VIN 190060. See dealer for details.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khdk.com.
Imagine the most beautiful panoramic setting. Endless waves crashing on a beach, kids playing in the park. Now, right smack in the middle of your perfect picture, imagine just one piece of litter. It doesn't fit, does it? And it simply doesn't belong anywhere. Certainly not in California. Not even one piece. Good news? If we work together, we will change it all. Clean California. Zero litter is the goal. CleanCA.com.
Go for the gold May 1st through July 27th during Sky River Casino's $1 million Road to Glory giveaway. Play daily for a chance to win free play, cash, or your choice of a Lincoln Nautilus, GMC Sierra, or Ford Mustang GT every Saturday. Get 100 bonus entries by earning 100 tier credits every Monday and Tuesday, plus 1 free daily entry at our promotional kiosks. Victory could be yours during the $1 million Road to Glory giveaway at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, get ready to rock, groove, and have a blast with the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. We've got an unbeatable lineup of shows that you won't want to miss. First up is Songs and Stories from Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees, coming to the Crest Theater July 21st. It's Brett Young and Chase Rice at Thunder Valley on August 3rd. Plus, Jason Mraz and the Super Band will be rocking Thunder Valley on August 9th. Then head out of the heat to higher elevation for the Truckee Music Festival on August 9th and 10th, featuring Kip Moore and Sublime. And here's your Live Nation lineup. On August 4th, don't miss the Outlaw Music Festival at Toyota Amphitheater, featuring Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. On August 15th, catch Donnie Osmond at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Then on August 22nd, Creed Fisher takes the stage at Ace of Spades. And on September 10th, enjoy the timeless sounds of the Doobie Brothers at Toyota Amphitheater. Rounding out this rockin' lineup is the Lodi Grape Festival from September 12th through the 15th, featuring Joe Nichols and Smash Mouth. For information and tickets, visit grapefestival.com. And then stay tuned to Sacktown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
When it comes to my lifestyle and diet, I don't always make the smartest choices. Touchdown! Woo! Hey, how about another round and some more chips? But when it comes to taking care of my liver, I do make one very smart choice. Active liver tablets from New Nordic. I used to have real issues with my liver, and at my last checkup, my doc was concerned about my numbers. But since adding a once-a-day active liver tablet, my gut's better, I feel great, and my doctor's happy. I ask a lot of my liver, so the least I can do to say thanks is a daily dose of Active Liver.
You ask a lot of your liver, so give it the support it needs with Active Liver. You can find Active Liver at Amazon.com or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. Or for a volume discount, visit NewNordicUSA.com. Go to new, NORDICUSA.com. Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Maida Chevy saves you $12,000 off MSRP on every new half-ton Silverado LT Turbo Max. In stock after rebates. Always 5 to choose from.
Exclusive. All in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details. M73124.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sacktown Sports. Live and local, it's Stiles and Watkins. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
In just a few moments, we will be joined by Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, national NBA analyst, insider, and reporter. It's quiet, Chris. It's too quiet. And I'm tired of it.
Well, I don't think it's going to change anytime soon, unfortunately. It feels like we've kind of reached the point now where I think, we're officially in the summer and people are kind of locked up until August, really, from an NBA perspective. So I'm not expecting anything for a while. But maybe Brett can clue us in. Maybe he's got some nuggets that, people talk. People talk a lot. That's the one thing that we've definitely learned this offseason from the Kings' perspective is whether or not deals get done or not, there's a ton of conversations that go on a daily basis in NBA circles. And, we know Monty McNair's been working the phone, but, in terms of trading guys like Jalen McDaniels and things like that, that can't really get done until August. So it feels like at the moment we're kind of at a Cold War.
I have something here from the Niners. Some Niner fans are complaining because the Niners
fans complaining?
Well, they raised their ticket price for
that's legitimate.
For training camp. Tickets for 49ers training camp are $20 with all tickets benefiting the 49ers Foundation. No refunds will be issued. Children under the age of 2 do not need a ticket. And they go on to say, basically you can buy your tickets here or there. I have one person. This is David, just a Niners guy. And he says, he tags Jed York and, says, hey, you raised ticket price from $10 to $20. Are you serious? 0 concessions, 0 merchandise sales, 0 fun fan activities, doubling the price. Come on. This is a tax write-up because everything goes to the foundation. So kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's absolutely insane. And, shout out our guy, Brad, SF Niners. I saw he said he's going to be out there, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty nuts. I mean, you're essentially, it sounds like just paying to go. I mean, it sounds like a great opportunity. I've been out to a training camp with the Raiders once out in Napa, and it was a great time. Looked like a ton of people had fun, but yeah, I think that should be something that is kind of viewed like preseason. We use preseason basketball and preseason football to just kind of get people who typically can't go to games like the California Classic we just had. Those tickets aren't crazy expensive. This should be something that they allow, fans and families, large families to attend without having to break the bank. That should be what training camp is for. And yeah, I think it sucks that the Niners are raising those prices because that could be a really, really cool event for some people.
We are now joined by Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, national NBA insider and reporter. Brett, thank you so much for joining. Happy Friday.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for giving me a call. It's a great time and just getting everything packed up and getting ready to head out to Las Vegas for the most beautiful time of the NBA season.
When do you fly out, Brett?
No, I'm heading out this weekend.
Got it.
Oh,
got
my
it. Well, here's the thing, Brett. You're sitting there, you're saying it's the most beautiful time of the NBA season, but over here, I got to tell you, man, we got a 4-hour show this whole week, and yes, we had DeMar DeRozan to eat off of for the first half, but it's getting a little quiet, Brett. Is it supposed to be this quiet right now, and when will it start to heat up again?
A little bit yes, a little bit no. We're around that time of the offseason where you have the big signings that happen in free agency. So we had the Paul George signing, we had Klay Thompson, and then the next domino to fall, like you just mentioned, was DeMar DeRozan, and that was the big news for the Sacramento Kings. I mean, DeMar DeRozan is a proven all-star, most likely a future Hall of Famer in this league, and quite honestly, I think, contrary to popular belief around the league, I think that this is a really good signing for the Kings simply because DeRozan's a closer, and De'Aaron Fox was just the clutch player of the year 2 seasons ago. So you pair those two guys together, you have two closers that are amongst the best scorers in the fourth quarter in the league. So I think that's really what drove the Kings to get DeRozan. But in terms of your question and what you were just saying of this being a weird time in the league, it kind of is, because you have your free agency signings, you have the minimum guys signing, and now is when the fun part starts with all the trade talks and going to Summer League and having these conversations with teams and seeing all the general managers talking to one another about what's going to happen. This offseason, there's not going to be that big of stars on the move. We've heard a lot about Lauri Markkanen. We've heard about Kyle Kuzma. Those are the most prominent names in trade talks right now. But I would be kind of shocked if we saw some of these big name all-stars that are on max level contracts on the move. I think that it's going to be more of these type of role players like Markkanen and secondary stars like Kuzma that can really come in and solidify these playoff contending teams while also remaining under the first and second tax aprons, because that's the most important thing for a lot of these organizations right now.
Brett, I was reading your article over on Clutch Points, the details on Lauri Markkanen, Brandon Ingram, and Kyle Kuzma trade scenarios. It's a great article. Definitely everybody go out there and check it. And definitely the reason why you want to check it, Brett, is because every single one of those three guys I just listed, and you have beautiful multiple paragraphs writing about each and every one of those guys, but in every single one of those guys, you mentioned the Sacramento Kings having interest, at least some interest or rumored interest in all of those guys. Do you feel like the Sacramento Kings aren't done making moves? You just talked about, there is not necessarily a lull right now, but a little bit of a quieter period. Do you feel like the Kings are still active on the phones right now, trying to make another deal on top of the DeMar DeRozan trade?
I do. I think that the biggest thing is that Monte McNair and his Kings front office recognize that they have an opportunity to truly improve this team while remaining under their hard cap, because they are hard capped at that $178 million mark after the sign and trade for DeRozan. And they do have an avenue to still improve this roster. They have Kevin Huerter's contract. I believe he's making just under $17 million this upcoming season. You have a potential trade chip in Colby Jones if you needed to attach him for value. You still have future draft assets that you can trade out. This is an organization that is not only primed to make it back to the playoffs, but they truly believe that after being a top 4 seed not too long ago, they can get back to that spot immediately. And they have De'Aaron Fox, they have Sabonis, they've seen the success there. You bring in DeRozan. If you can bring in another guy, maybe a guy like Lauri Markkanen, who's on one of those $18 million contracts that you can absorb this season and then extend him long term and figure out your situation moving forward, that could really pay dividends, not only in terms of getting back to the playoffs, but all of a sudden we're going to be talking about the Kings being a part of the championship equation in the Western Conference right there. So I think that this is absolutely an organization that's evaluating all their moves right now, and they're going to be amongst the discussions that are had out on the concourse at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas.
Talking to Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, NBA national insider and reporter. Brett, the Lauri Markkanen thing, what's the latest that you're hearing on that? I already have a kid, but, are the Kings going to have to give up their first or second born kid? I mean, what is it that Danny Ainge actually wants in this deal? Not just from the Kings, but from anybody. It seems like we saw reports that they don't want a lot of draft picks. We saw that they don't want veterans. They want everybody's untouchable. If it's the Warriors, they want Kuminga. If it's the Kings, they want Keegan. They already shut the door the first go-round, which led them to get DeMar DeRozan. What is it that you're hearing as far as Lauri Markkanen and that ridiculous price tag that Danny Ainge wants?
Well, let's start with this for Markkanen. A lot of those trade discussions that were had between the Kings and the Jazz, the Warriors, the Spurs, those teams that were interested in Lauri Markkanen, those trade conversations were had last week during the first week of July, right when free agency started, right when the Jazz were still trying to figure out what avenue they were going. And that's still something that Danny Ainge and this front office are still pondering. And at this time, it does seem like that they're leaning more in the direction of keeping Markkanen. And then in August, I believe it's August 6th or August 7th, I don't have the date in front of me, but he becomes eligible to sign that mega extension, that $200 million extension, where he won't be able to be traded until near the trade deadline. So right now, it seems like more of the waiting game. The offers have come into them. They talked with some of those teams about what the packages would look like. At this time, there's no package really that they're gung-ho on. It doesn't seem like that Danny Ainge and the Jazz are truly devoted to trading Markkanen. This is a situation that they're breaking down all the scenarios that are presented to them and seeing what kind of assets they can get. going back to the other teams and seeing if they can get more. And we've seen this before with Danny Ainge dating back to his days at the Celtics. He looks to get the most out of his players, and he did so with the Utah Jazz so far. So I think that when you look at Lauri Markkanen and ask the question of, is he going to be on the move? Right now, it truly seems like that it's 50-50. And if I had to give a bold prediction, I'd say that the Jazz, based on what I'm hearing, are leaning more in the direction of keeping him at this moment. But as you guys know, and as I know, this league changes on a dime, and it changes every minute, every hour. And especially when these guys gather in Las Vegas and they can talk face to face with one another, these conversations are going to shift a little bit. And we're going to have trade talks heating up again, both during Summer League this upcoming week and afterwards as well. And right up to that deadline of when Markkanen is going to become eligible to sign that extension with the Jazz. So as it pertains to the Sacramento Kings and their pursuit of Markkanen, those trade conversations were held before they signed DeMar DeRozan. That's what I know on that front. I do not know at this time if they have gone back to the Jazz to try to pursue him. I wouldn't put it past Monty McNair and the Kings to go back and try to see if there's a trade package there. But you look at what the Kings have to offer compared to other teams in the league. You're basically offering Kevin Huerter, maybe Colby Jones gets thrown in there, and some draft picks. I don't necessarily know if that moves the needle for the Jazz when you have other competitors like the Spurs and the Warriors who have a handful of youth and draft picks that they can offer up as well.
Brett, I think a lot of people definitely have Philadelphia, Dallas, and maybe even Sacramento as their winners of this offseason, but not much is really ever talked about the people who just kind of stand pat or really kind of got talent sucked. Who do you feel like was your biggest loser of this offseason so far?
That's certainly a good question. And you can look at both conferences, and obviously you can point to the Brooklyn Nets and say they're a loser because they took themselves out of contention for the playoffs. But I don't necessarily think that's the case, because look at all the assets that Sean Marks brought back for the future, and look how many draft picks they're going to have in a loaded 2025 draft. So I think that narrative surrounding the Nets right now, I think that it's completely blown out of proportion. I think that they're going to be in a very good position moving forward. But you look at a team in the West of who could potentially be labeled as a loser, and it's not going to sit well with their fans just because they're some of the most critical out there. But the Los Angeles Lakers, what's going on there? What are the Lakers really doing? Because you had LeBron James saying he was willing to take a pay cut to get Klay Thompson. It seemed like that was going to be a really good spot for Klay next to Anthony Davis and LeBron James. That fell apart. They were involved in a lot of trade talks leading up to free agency in the offseason. Well, maybe they could get Trae Young. Maybe they're going to go out and get a different all-star. Nothing ever developed there. And now they're stuck with the same roster that really didn't do much for them this past season. D'Angelo Russell's still around. Rui Hachimura is there. You have Gabe Vincent entering the second year of his 3-year contract with the team. So I still feel like that the Lakers are going to make some type of move. They're about $45,000, not million, $1,000 right under the second apron right now. So they're right on that mark. They can cut some salary, maybe go after a key secondary player, and maybe even use their taxpayer mid-level exception on a guy that's still available, whether that's Tyus Jones or Gary Trent Jr., if they can cut salary and get off of a contract on their roster like Gabe Vincent in the upcoming weeks. But you look at where the Lakers are and the teams around them that have already made moves in the West, I don't see how this team is any better. And quite honestly, I don't see how you can make an argument that they're not going to be a play-in team at the most this upcoming season with the way that their roster is currently constructed.
Chris,
music to my ears.
Yeah. Up north, Chris is shaking his fists in glory right now. Brett talking to Brett Siegel, national NBA insider and reporter. One more for you, Brett, before you head off to Vegas. We do these shows every single day, and it's the same names. It's Brandon Ingram, Lauri Markkanen, Kyle Kuzma. Haven't even really heard much of Jeremy Grant anymore. Brett, can you give us a name that you are maybe hearing whispers about on the low that might be circulating in trade talks that is of that caliber but hasn't really come to the forefront yet? Anybody like that out there right now?
Sure. I think a lot of teams are paying attention to the Portland Trailblazers, not only with Jeremy Grant, but they just drafted Donovan Clingan, which is a very interesting draft pick when you look at how their roster is constructed right now, because they have DeAndre Ayton, who is a recent first-round pick, number 1 overall pick from the Phoenix Suns a few years back. He was a big reason why they made the NBA Finals a few years ago. Ultimately, the Suns parted ways with him last offseason when they were able to land Bradley Beal, and they gave him up to the Portland Trailblazers. He still has 2 more years left on his contract, making $34 million this season. He's still 25 years old, and he can be a foundational piece for many teams in this league. So I think that DeAndre Ayton's situation is definitely something to monitor. Maybe not immediately this offseason. I don't necessarily think that he would be on the move this offseason unless Portland was able to make a substantial change to their roster. But heading towards the trade deadline and moving forward, I don't necessarily think Portland is going to be a team that's going to be having two starting centers out there in Klingon and Ayton. Could it work? Yeah, we've seen it work with the Timberwolves where they have Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. But I don't think that's the case here with the Blazers. And they also have another name that I think is even more attractive because of his contract and his defensive effort, and that's Robert Williams III. When he's healthy, he can be an absolute impact player at the center position for any team in this league. We saw that with the Boston Celtics when they made the 2022 NBA Finals. So if Williams is healthy from his knee injuries, and again, it's a big if, he can be a big factor for any team in this league in the front court. And for a team like the Kings, who may need some more front court help, I think that that's certainly a name to keep an eye on there, whether it's this offseason or as the season begins, the 24-25 season, and heading towards the trade deadline. If they need some more depth in their front court behind Sabonis, I think that Williams would be an excellent fit, especially because of the defensive effort that Mike Brown seeks from his big guys.
Brett Siegel, outstanding stuff. You earned your trip to Las Vegas. I'll tell you that much. Thank you so much for your time, Brett. This was Brett Siegel, National NBA insider and reporter for Clutch Points. Brett, thank you and enjoy your time in Vegas and enjoy your weekend.
I appreciate it. You guys have a great one coming up.
As we move on to the next segment, and Brett brings up DeAndre Ayton, that gives me a reason to bring up this monster trade that I sent to the Kings Roundtable. They called me a madman.
We sure did.
Chris had some thoughts on it. I don't even know if Frankie and Brendan responded, but we fire that up. When we return, we also get into Keegan's development. Would you sacrifice it for a deep playoff run? Yes, you get to the NBA Finals, but at what cost? Stiles Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, even though Brett Rooker was certainly deserving with his 18 homers and 54 RBIs, the A's electric closer Mason Miller is the team's representative in the All-Star game. Now, he joins a list of 5 other Oakland rookies who have been named to the team over the years. Names like Wayne Gross, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, Andrew Bailey, and Ryan Cook.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver that includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay to store bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
Sacktown Sports. Call or text at 916-339-1140.
Thanks again to Brett Siegel. If you missed that, it is going to be up shortly on YouTube of Clutch Points. A lot of good stuff there. And he's headed to Summer League. Chris, that's where a lot of stuff happened. That's what I'm telling. So Brandon Nunes is going to be there for us, correct? Mm-hmm. Brendan, you got to be rubbing shoulders, Brendan, okay?
That's all Brendan does.
Well, Brendan, I am very excited for what Brendan is going to be able. We got an army going at this point, Chris. Sacktown Sports, we got some people that are going to be in the building. Jason Ross is on his way there. Jason Ross in his illustrious 30-year career.
Takes off at 11:20.
That's right. He's almost wheels up. Okay, on a Friday, Brendan will be there. All right, friend of the show, new friend of the show, Brett Siegel will be there as well.
Brendan's taking Spirit, so we'll see if he gets
Oh, my goodness.
We'll see if he gets there.
What's better? I haven't taken either.
Spirit Frontier?
Yeah,
Neither.
what's sketchier?
They're both equally sketch.
But the idea of it being sketch, I mean, they're still around, so how bad could it be?
It's just very bumpy. I think he told me he took Spirit last time he came. You don't get any.
Have you taken either?
No, I've never been that desperate. I care about my life too much, to be honest with you. I think that he said that the delays are the real issue with Spirit. Like I think he had a 9 a.m. flight last time leaving Vegas, and he didn't end up leaving until like 7 p.m. just because they're terrible with their scheduling.
Okay. Yeah. So if you wanted to do an overnighter, we were just talking about this. Hey, I'm gonna show ends at 2.
Right.
I'm gonna hop on a flight at 4. We're gonna spend the night out there and then come back Sunday, whatever. That Friday's probably cooked.
Yeah. Okay. Probably cooked, and you might come back Monday. I think that's the vibe that I understand.
I'm gonna end up on, what is it called? What's that Megabus?
Yes,
I'll end up taking Megabus instead.
Probably Megabus or Greyhound.
Can I tell you a quick Megabus story?
Please.
So, this was fresh out of college, didn't have a lot of money.
Sure.
Okay. And my then girlfriend, now wife, wanted to, she came out because she was getting her master's in Philly while I was in California. So she came out for this summer. So I have all this stuff planned, but I don't have a lot of money. So I said, "Look, man, we're going to have to get on this Megabus and make it pop. We want to go to LA.
Yeah,
so we went to LA. Sure. They pick us up at Oakland BART. Okay. Everyone's lined up in front of Oakland BART.
Sure, there's a lot of characters.
Oh my goodness. And this is at 6 8 because you want the day.
Yes.
So you're leaving it's dark.
Right.
Okay. It's 5 6 in the morning.
Even though it's a 6 a.m. or 6 hour drive on a Megabus, I'm sure it's 8 9 hour drive.
Exactly. So we get in the bus, and Chris, and they're double deckers. And Chris, I'm not kidding.
I don't think I knew that.
Oh,
That's insane.
Oh, yeah.
That's too many people.
And the grapevine. So we get on, Chris, and I put this on Toddler Styles. We get on the bus, and for some reason we were sitting closer to the front. And there were 2 drivers in there. I'm thinking, what's going on here? Okay. Long story short, this driver was essentially training. And I guess the way they train is in the wild.
Yeah, I'm like,
at one point you got to drive.
And,
they got the big gears, and the driver is sweating, and the other driver is saying, "No, you got this. You got this. Yeah, good job. Dude, that was the last time we took Megabus.
There's like 60 people just.
I said, I got to get my paper up. I don't know what I got to do. This isn't working. I had to get my paper
I feel like
up.
they should tell you, when you buy the ticket or something, like, hey,
I need a discount
you will get
because you might
a
not
student
come back.
driver.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
No, you got this. You're all good. You're all good.
Crazy. And that makes everybody feel worse.
And at first, because I had my headphone. At first, what are they talking? Is he empowering him? What is going on here? Is he motivating him as we're driving? Are you serious?
And, it's not like the Grapevine is Lombard Street.
No. And Chris, I couldn't look outside. No, I straight up couldn't look outside. It was sketchy, man. But hey, shout out Megabus. It is an option.
If you got to make the push, you got to make the push.
Yeah. It was an option. So we get to LA. And this was, we had a great time in LA. And I don't even know. We're really going off the rails here. And we're leaving now. So we're getting ready to leave. It's another bus spot. And there was I call them Tuies. Okay. There was a Ratatouille.
Oh, okay.
And we were just standing there, and everyone's jumping up because the bus over here. I'm like, no, please, I just want to get to the bus. And Chris, to this day, my bag was on the ground.
Rat on the bus?
No, we're at the bus stop.
Okay.
And it's daytime, so I'm like, does it have rabies?
Free ride?
Yeah. Does it have? What is going on here? So the Tui is running around, and I'm looking for the Tui. Nobody can find the Tui, and to this day, Chris, we don't know where the Tui went. We get home. I don't want to open because I don't know where it went.
Yeah,
I don't know where the Tui went.
Maybe somebody threw that thing.
That was
that was Tua.
Yeah, Hak Tui. That was the. That was the Megabus story.
I only hear bad things. I hear it gets you to where you need to go, but I have always heard that it comes with a story.
Yeah.
So I've always opted out of Megabus, and I think you have just reaffirmed that probably not going to be in my future.
But I think a lot of college students, yes, a lot of college students.
It's like, it's crazy affordable.
It is. And you don't have to, if you don't want to, because I'll tell you, I had another car story when my car got stuck. It died on top of Mount Diablo. If you've ever been to the East Bay, yes, it got stuck on top of Mount Diablo. Simone, have you ever been on Megabus?
Absolutely.
See, where did you go? Vegas?
God, no. That's really
that's
far.
What, the Bay?
Yes, of course, the Bay.
Oh, yeah. I went all the way to
doable.
LA.
I feel like that's doable.
It's still annoying because they'll still make stops. It used to be pretty like nonstop from here to there, but now it's like stop at UC Davis. I can't do it anymore.
I stop at the marina for
Yep.
too,
I stop in over in Emeryville. It's a whole thing.
There's another one too, because there's Megabus. There's another bus that you can take.
Flix bus.
There it is.
Yes.
And then we'd always, it's like CVS versus, what is it? Walgreens.
Yeah.
We're just like, oh, y'all take Flix, we take Megabus.
And that's the frontier spirit of buses.
That's right.
there.
That is
There we
correct.
go. And that's how we full circle.
But actually, is it though? Because is it actually is it on the other side? Is it whatever the best airline is?
I mean, I would probably rather take a train than a bus.
Yeah, just Amtrak it.
Yeah,
they're so lovely.
They are
they're
very nice.
Great, man.
You
For
can get
anyone who doesn't
beverage.
take
You
the
can get a
train,
beverage.
Take the train to the A's game.
We definitely had beverages on
Great,
Megabus,
man.
though. I'll tell you that.
Great.
Oh,
on Megabus.
Thanks.
Well, you weren't supposed to.
Get cracking.
I thought it was it.
Hey,
I thought it was out there with moonshine.
Hey, man, I'm not driving the plane.
Yeah,
I'm not
no.
driving the bus.
I need moonshine for that. All right, coming up next, we discuss everything Brett Siegel had to say, and would you sacrifice Keegan's development for a deep playoff run? Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence dyne test under high-load conditions versus API SP test limits.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
18 number ones. What was I thinking? Countless ACM and CMA awards. Sold out world tours. And now Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by McKee Brothers Plumbing, Rooter, and Heat, and Dawson Oil Company.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is, live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Legend says that golf courses are made up of 18 holes because it took exactly 18 shots to finish a fifth of scotch. A shot per hole. As it turns out, the 18-hole limit came to be somewhat accidentally. In truth, there was no standard number of holes on a course. In the beginning, it might have been 11, 23, 15, or 7. St. Andrews, for example, had 22 holes until 1764 when 4 were merged to make it an 18-hole course. The exact date when 18 holes became the standard is a bit sketchy, but according to the British Golf Museum, the R&A issued new rules for its members in 1858, and Rule 1 stated, 1 round of the links or 18 holes is reckoned a match unless otherwise stipulated. We can only presume that this was slowly adopted throughout Britain. By the 1870s, more courses had 18 holes, and a round of golf was being accepted as consisting of 18 holes. Maybe not as romantic as the story of the bottle of scotch, but the truth is always stranger than fiction. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Sacktown Sports.
Check us out on YouTube. Search Sacktown Sports and subscribe.
Okay, Chris.
What's up?
We didn't discuss this. I just sent the text. But after talking to Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, which that will be up on YouTube very shortly if you missed it, or you can rewind on the Sacktown Sports app and YouTube. Oh, by the way, we have some guys. I'm actually a little upset because it seems like Christopher Laud comes in here and every 2 seconds somebody else is in Vegas.
I know.
And I know we went for Super Bowl, but now all of a sudden we can't go.
Yeah, now we're last
so
on the
it's
list.
Brendan.
Yeah.
And
funny
now
how that works,
it's
huh?
Jason, and Jason gets passed because we all love Jason. Yeah. And now it's the LeBron James. I didn't know LeBron James was going to be at Summer League.
We knew Bronny would.
Yeah, Bronny and LeBron James. Kyle Draper is there, and now Jay,
I'm sort of LeBron James, of the station, trying to boost the rating.
And now all of a sudden,
Oh,
Jay has finessed his way to Vegas
again. Jay was with us last time. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, I do.
Oh yeah,
I do.
I'm going too.
No, you're not.
No, they gotta have someone run the boards around here.
I was gonna say.
They never let me do anything fun. They don't want me
to
do anything fun around here.
I'm gonna get. I was gonna get on Megabus tonight. Tonight.
No thanks.
Okay. By the way, Eric is saying that Amtrak is cheaper than Megabus and probably quicker. Well, I don't know if it's cheaper or not, but it definitely is not quicker. I like the train better, but it's definitely not. Megabus is still a bus versus a train. There's no way Amtrak is beating Megabus
And you have to
to
hop
LA.
off the Amtrak to get on if you're going to the city. Like
It's definitely more
You have to
comfortable.
hop
Definitely
off
a
to get
better-
on a bus to get to the city.
It's definitely a better experience, but
on the train for sure.
On the train, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it's quicker. But honestly, it might be worth it. So shout out Eric, and that's the music you listen
Might
to
as well
when
be
you're
walking on the sun.
when you're on Amtrak. And speaking of Vegas, yes, that's right. This is correct. Luxury Las Vegas Grand Prize giveaway. I don't know if I've liked doing a read more than this one.
It's a great read.
Happy
It's a great
Friday.
prize.
Sacktown Sports has teamed up with the newest luxury resort in Las Vegas, the Fontainebleau Las Vegas, to get you laced up with this ultimate luxury grand prize experience. This summer, head to sacktownsports.com and enter for your chance to win this grand prize package, including a posh 2-night stay at the Fontainebleau Las Vegas and $500 Amex for gas or airfare or Megabus. I'm kidding, kind of. And tickets to a Las Vegas show and more. Must be 21. I don't know why I was going to say 24 there. Must be 21 or over to enter. Terms and conditions apply. For more information and to enter to win, visit sacktownsports.com. This
is the height of luxury.
That's right. I thought was that Chris Verlot? Also, Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner, is coming to Sacktown, and we want to get you in the building next Friday for the 38 special experience. All you have to do is hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline at 1 p.m. Simone will pick the number to score that pair of tickets. Check out an unforgettable night of Southern Rock, courtesy of Thunder Valley Casino Resort. For more information, visit SacktownSports.com. All right, Chris, I do want to get your thoughts on this. We're going to get into Keegan and what you would sacrifice to have that deep playoff run. Not that you have to, maybe you can have both. But Chris, we didn't discuss this. All you said in the group chat is that the Blazers are getting scraps. So I need to sell this to you. 3-way trade.
Yep.
All right. 3-way trade proposal that I have cooked up. Yes, trade proposal. We're not going fake breaking news here. That I've cooked up. The Blazers, and Brett Siegel said, keep an eye on DeAndre Ayton. Okay, Brett Siegel of Clutch Points. And Chris, we have talked about this because why did you take Donovan Clingan?
Right.
Don't understand.
Doesn't make any sense.
The Blazers receive Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Huerter, Trey Lyles, and Kevon Looney. The Warriors receive DeAndre Ayton, and the Kings receive Jeremy Grant. That is a success in the trade machine. The Kings get Jeremy Grant. The Warriors receive DeAndre Ayton. The Blazers receive Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Huerter, Trey Lyles, Kevon Looney. Chris, would it make you feel better if we give the Blazers a pick? Somebody give the Blazers a pick.
That would definitely help. I just don't know why the Blazers would agree to that. The Blazers are getting completely screwed. They're getting fantasy football traded where, hey, give me your good player, and then you can just get the rest of the guys that none of us want.
But hear me out, though. You get a pick in there, but you get a pick in there, and then you have Kevin Huerter, who you know what he can do shooting the basketball. Okay. You get Trey Lyles, who is, a lesser Jeremy Grant, and you get Andrew Wiggins, who still has something left in the tank, and obviously Kevon Looney to back up Donovan Clingan, show him the ways, rebounding. But Chris, but the rest of their core is young. So that's to help. This is basically a group of Harrison Barneses.
And Andrew Wiggins, who has missed the past 2 ends of the season.
Yeah. I don't think it's that bad of a package.
I don't see what's enticing from the Portland side of it. Like Portland is trying to get.
Oh, you think they're full? Yeah, you think they're full
absolutely.
tank mode?
Absolutely.
So this helps them too much.
I don't even know if it necessarily makes them better, but why would they want to take on 3 more years of Andrew Wiggins' contract and then 2 more years of a Kevin Huerter deal?
I think this team could still be bad. Yeah, there's probably not bad enough to get Cooper Flag at that point.
Yeah, that would be the problem, is just if you're going to trade for those guys or trade Ayton off your team, you want to be worse, or at least in a position where you could easily hit that button if you need to. And I'm not saying Andrew Wiggins is going to elevate that team to a different level, but it's just a random bit of talent. And I don't think that they would want that Andrew Wiggins contract the next 3 years. I think they would probably rather trade it for an expiring. And I don't know. I mean, I still think Brandon Ingram makes the most sense for that Blazers team. He just feels like that's really a good misfit island island of misfit toys for them over there. But I just don't think that Portland would be enticed by it. Okay. I think the Kings would like it. I mean, if you are only giving up Trey Lyles and Kevin Huerter and you get Jeremy Grant, my feelings are pretty well stated on Jeremy Grant. I don't love that either, but in terms of getting the most out of those assets, I mean, I think that the Kings and the Warriors definitely do well in it.
All right.
What do you like about it? I think that's like what.
Well, yeah. If you're trying to
state your case for
if you're trying if the Blazers, I guess with the whole Jazz thing, right? The Jazz, what are they trying to do?
Right.
The Blazers, when you get, I guess it made more sense that trade with the Wizards, right? To get Denny Avdia, it made more sense for the Blazers because Denny's younger. Yeah. Really the question mark was Wizards. Are you in the Cooper Flag sweepstakes or not? And you get Malcolm Brogdon. What are you trying to move Kuzma? What are you attempting to do? So I get what you're saying. If the Blazers are trying to, hey, I guess fake tank and hey, Blazers fans, we have a respectable team, then cool. I think that this gets you to a respectable team. If your plan is hey, we got Scoot. They just paid who was it? Anthony Simons, right? You still have Shaedon Sharpe on that rookie deal. Yep. So if you're just gonna stink again and then try to get Cooper Flag, then no, I don't like it. Yeah. I don't like it. My thought process was mess around and get a little spicy if you get Andrew Wiggins going again, and you're still giving Scoot Henderson his up there. They have a guard. They're going to have a guard problem.
They already do. Yeah,
they're going to have a guard problem. Yeah. So, but I just didn't think that they would want to move one of the guards in this deal.
Yeah, for sure.
And neither, I mean, maybe you could say the Warriors might need an Anthony Simons, but definitely not the Kings at this point in time.
No,
so
thanks.
I liked it if the Blazers were trying to get a bit spicy and say, hey, let's try to make some noise. But yeah, if the Blazers are full tank mode, then no, I don't think they would.
Yeah, I just don't know why the Blazers would feel like they have, like, what would being an 8 or 9 seed do for the Blazers, even if they were to make some miraculous run. It just feels like, they're pretty topped out. Like, I don't know if anybody really would feel like they're moving in a positive direction. And if anything, yeah, you still need that franchise piece. I know, there's still probably some people out in Portland that are holding out hope that Scoot can turn into something a lot better than what we saw in his rookie year. But I think the goal for Portland should definitely be as bad as you can. The Western Conference is already tough from head to toe. Besides you, frankly, you might as well be the worst team in the West and try and raise those lottery odds so that you could land a Cooper Flag and really get that thing to a reasonable spot. Because if you're gonna, just try and be good and trade for make these kind of moves, you're just gonna be middling. And I don't think that. I don't love enough what the Blazers have in place right now to think that I want to see that group's internal growth and think that it's going to lead you to anything serious.
You want to make a deep playoff run, but what if it's at the cost of one of your young up-and-coming stars? And his name is Keegan Murray. We discuss when we return. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightabite.net.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas' Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
The wild-eyed Southern boys are back. 38 Special. Rock it into the night. Friday, July 19th at 7:30 at the venue at Thunder Valley. With Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss 38 Special Live.
Quick Quack Car Wash takes the drama out of keeping your car clean.
Let's wash the car. Don't spray the hose inside the car.
Our convenient wash packages make it easy to get your car soaked, scrubbed, and on your way. Protect your car from sun, rain, and pollen with a ceramic duck wash and get our in-wash light show and an unbeatable clean.
Oh, the kids filled the gas tank with water.
Of course they did. Quick Quack Car Wash. Come in today and get 25% off any wash.
Catch some Aggie football this fall and save money while doing it. Grab one of our all-new mini plans and save up to 40% off single-game tickets. With our can't-miss home slate of games this season, you can pick 82 games for just $60 or any 3 games for $75. Pick the games that fit your schedule and come support the Aggies on their quest for a Big Sky championship. Mini plans can be purchased by calling the ticket office at 530-752-2471 or online at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets. Go Axe!
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing strategies that deliver results. On your next campaign, aim higher. Go to aimyourdigital.com and get started today. aimyourdigital.com.
Live and local. Live and local.
This is Sacktown Sports.
From the 530, Bucks want Lyles and Ellis for Portis. Try Herter and Ellis for Portis. Well, I already can tell you right now, Herter and Ellis, that money doesn't work. I'm pretty sure that money. Because what is it, Chris?
16.
Well, so Bobby makes 12. So that's 4. The difference is 1, whatever Keon makes. That might actually work. Would you?
No, because the Kings would be paying off way too much. That would be like 20 mil in salary versus 12 mil that they're getting back, right?
I don't think so.
If Portis is making 12 and then Herter's making 16 and Ellis is making 3, that means the Kings are sending out 19 mil and then getting back 12 mil.
But remember, right. Well, because then the question is, because this is what the issue has been, because if you did Herter for Portis straight up, which probably would work, the Bucks would probably say, I
would think so.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't, and that's the problem with the Bobby. That's why we've been saying you have to do a 3-team deal if you want. I'm doing it right now in Fanspo, and it failed. It failed 530. We tried it literally right here, and they also said, and I don't think that they would do this. I think this probably would work. They're saying Ellis and Trey again. I just don't think
no.
I think that does work. I think the Bucks say no. It's a success, but Bobby Portis for Trey Lyles and Keon Ellis. You know, Chris, yesterday, or the conversation we had about Keon Ellis starting, we were reading some of the comments about who should start. And one comment I saw said that we were a little low on Trey Lyles. It just reminded me doing this trade. They said they felt like we're a little low on Trey Lyles. Do you think that's possible?
Low on him as a player or low on his possible return in a trade?
Player.
Oh, no. I mean, I'm the leader of the Trey base here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Like, I would definitely not say that at all. I mean, I'm super high on Trey. I just think he had a really tough year in terms of he definitely didn't progress. And no, I mean, I definitely don't feel like I'm low on Trey Lyles. I'm really high actually on Trey Lyles. I just think that he is who he is. Like, I'm not going to act like Trey Lyles is as good as Bobby Portis. You know, Bobby Portis is definitely a clear step higher. Trey is I would say, formidable playoff rotational guy, but at the same time, he's somebody who you could definitely get better from even as a bench player. I think you could improve that spot. So I'm not saying I've never said Trey Lyles is bad. I feel like I barely say anything not positive about him, but I mean, he is limited, and I think he definitely, not necessarily in a bad way, but I think he is kind of plateaued in the sense of, I don't think Trey Lyles is going to give us 10 plus points a game anytime soon, unless he's getting a much, much bigger workload. I just kind of think he is this 7 to 8 to 9 points per game guy who, you know, you spotted it early. Like, if he comes in and hits 2 threes, I think he kind of did his job and gets a couple rebounds. That's really all he's being asked to do. Anything more than that, I mean, we've talked about the struggle with Trey. We always want HB to move to wanted, I guess we can say now, wanted HB to go to the bench. But frankly, as much as we do love Trey Lyles, he never played well enough to earn that spot. And I think maybe that's where we started to maybe quote unquote bash him a bit, is we were like, I don't know if Trey Lyles should be this team's starter.
Yes, I think a lot of people had a lot of expectations for Trey Lyles coming into this season, and maybe he'll have a chip on his shoulder, you know, coming off of those injuries. Exactly. So I think if anybody isn't as high on Trey Lyles as some of the fan base, it's definitely me, but it is not the leader of the Trey base, Chris Watkins. As we get into this question, Chris, and I was workshopping this before the show, basically with DeMar DeRozan, and we use Michael Porter Jr. as an example because the Nuggets end up winning a championship. And I know I teased the finals, which really isn't fair because obviously for the Sacramento Kings that they haven't done that before, everybody would say, yeah, sorry, Keegan, love you, but if we have a chance to go to the finals, you know, I'm not really tripping off of your development. So I think that's too easy of a question. But let's say it's, hey, Chris, the Kings are going to get to the second round this season, but Keegan is going to be really held back and turned into a spot-up shooter. He'll still get his opportunities defensively, but offensively, he's going to be what? The 12
to 13 points per game.
Exactly.
It's like a fourth or
third?
fifth
Yes. Fourth or fifth. I was going to say third, but really with Sabonis, fourth or fifth.
Or Monk even.
They get to the second round. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is not an individual game. We are not the Sacramento Keegans. We are the Sacramento Kings. And look, I mean, if Keegan because you're not even saying Keegan takes a step back in terms of development. You're just saying his role is lessened. It's not that Keegan is a worse player or anything like that. It's just, and I think that this is a very real possibility. I just think that with the talent that they have now on the roster, it's just not as imperative for Keegan to make the leaps that we needed him to make previously because we have this upgrade in talent, and Malik is staying as well. And Malik's going to continue to get better, as is De'Aaron, as they are still not quite, you know, in the middle of their primes. They're still a bit on the rise as well. Yeah, I've got no problem with it. I think as long as Keegan is still fitting, I think as long as it doesn't feel like, oh boy, like we're really having to, I can't imagine with a spot up shooter, which is the role that I think we both see him being in if he is going to take the step back. I've got no problem with it, especially if it still comes with the defense. And if anything, you could say that, you know, if he takes a lesser offensive role, he should take an increased defensive role. I have no problem with it. I don't think I need to see Keegan Murray develop to a certain point in order for me to be happy with how the Kings win. As long as they're winning, I wouldn't care if Sabonis is averaging 12 points a game, as long as it's leading to Kings wins. So, you know, of course, I think the greater point is, are you willing to maybe sacrifice this dream that Keegan Murray can be an all-star if it means that the Kings are going to continue to kick the tires on making the second or third round? I'm okay with it, but you know that I was already somebody who was skeptical that he was ever going to reach those points anyway.
Right. When you say that he's not taking a step back, but his role is being lessened, I kind of feel like that's the same thing, though. Because
not necessarily, because efficiency can still be there, right?
But what we've seen from there's not going to be, let's say next season, there's not going to be Keegan as much of Keegan doing, oh, whoa, we've never seen Keegan try that before.
Sure,
you know what I mean? Because there's no need for him.
But if Keegan shoots 45% from three because he's just doing less offensively, you wouldn't say Keegan Murray took a step back developmental wise, you would just say Keegan Murray is only doing maybe you could phrase it in that way, but I don't think people would say, oh, Keegan Murray is becoming a lesser play. I mean, maybe you could, but I just don't. I would argue that doesn't mean that you're a lesser player. It just means you're being asked to do less, but you're still thriving in that role.
It's like we said, Michael Porter Jr., Klay Thompson conversation.
Sure.
Klay was never really asked to create, right, or play make or do things like that. But he's one of the best shooters of all time.
Yes.
So, but that is, I never thought personally that Keegan was going to be an all-around player. I always thought Keegan was going to be a really good shooter and defender.
Yeah, you know, and I are along.
But there are a lot of people,
that,
that thought, and you can still be an all-star in doing that.
Sure can.
You don't have to, all these guys, they're not going to be everything.
Yep.
These teams don't have 4 everything guys running around. There's actually no team that has that. Not one.
Yeah.
And if you want to say maybe the Suns or whoever, and it's a mess.
Yeah.
These things have to make sense. Let's get to TC. Wants to be a part of the conversation. 916-339-1140. If you want to be a part of the conversation. What's up, TC? Happy Friday. What you got for us?
Hey, man. Happy Friday. Alan and Chris, what's up?
What's up, man?
Enjoying the Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is, man. We're going to have a good weekend, man. It's good. Hey, listen, so as far as the Kings, bro, I think we got a couple moves. I'm in on John Collins, bro, if we can steal him from the Jazz for, like, a little bit of nothing. But I think we just got to, like, patch up, like, the back end of the roster, like, maybe get another wing. Really, like, with Isaac and Crawford, I know they're young, bro, but I've seen enough. Me, personally, I've seen enough for me to be like, those dudes, if we need to call them up and give them minutes and throw them in the rotation, I believe, bro, that they can fit, bro, because, like, we got a strong 8-man rotation right now. Those dudes could get, like, thrown in. So we don't need, like, the whole wing talk. We got to stop talking about that, bro. We don't really need another wing unless we can steal a wing like a Kuzma. Other than that, bro, like, we don't need to keep going for wings. If anything.
What about a Dorian Finney-Smith or a Cam Johnson?
That's cool. That's cool. One of those guys. I should have said it. Like, that's it. Like, we shouldn't, like, it's not like we need, like, 2 or 3 wings. Like, we can get one of those guys and be cool, bro. And, like, as far as Keegan, Chris, I'm with you, bro. Like, Kings, and, like, we got to, like, this isn't all about Keegan, bro. Keegan got to get it how he got to get it, bro. We can't keep, like, stopping the team and surrounding the team around Keegan. If Keegan's going to develop, bro, and turn into a 20-point scorer, he going to do that. If he's a real dude, he going to do that with DeRozan there or not, dog. Like, with DeRozan being there and everybody else and, oh, we taking shots away from Keegan and all that. No, bro, we've been dealing with this with Keegan since last season and even his rookie season, bro, when he had that breakout season, shooting all those 3-pointers. We're like, bro, shoot the ball. Like, you have to shoot the ball. So Keegan has to develop, like, his own personality to be like, bro, I'm going to take my shot and get my shots within the offense. We shouldn't have the whole team, you guys, me, Monty McNair, people over here. Like, everybody shouldn't have to keep telling you, Keegan, shoot the ball, bro.
Right.
We don't want to bring anybody else in. We don't want to run the offense because we want to develop you. Like, bro, we got to stop that, dog. If that dude's going to develop, he's going to develop. If he's not, then we'll find out later and we have to move on. Simple as that, man. That's all I got.
TC, as usual, bringing the fire on a Fuego Friday. Thank you, TC. Great stuff. We'll talk to you soon. Coming up next, Summer League is on the way. We got action, and we're breaking everything down. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
The Open Championship celebrates its 152nd anniversary this month at Royal Troon in Scotland. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. The game's top players assemble for a chance at the coveted Claret Jug. The Open Championship is about tradition, excellence, and class. And you'll find similar qualities at Naturewood Home Furnishings as they assemble the finest furniture and brand choices for your selection. When you visit Naturewood, you'll be amazed at the gallery of superior furniture available for your lifestyle, for your decor, for your home. This weekend during Naturewood's bedroom sale, you're sure to find the perfect piece you've been searching for. Naturewood is proud to bring you Open Championship updates on this station and proud to offer you the finest furnishings available. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the Waterman.
Imagine the most beautiful panoramic setting. Endless waves crashing on a beach, kids playing in the park. Now, right smack in the middle of your perfect picture, imagine just one piece of litter. It doesn't fit, does it? And it simply doesn't belong anywhere. Certainly not in California. Not even one piece. Good news? If we work together, we will change it all. Clean California. Zero litter is the goal. CleanCA.com.
If you've been on the American River, it's uphill, it's downhill. There's trails everywhere that you can walk, and it just makes you happy. And I couldn't walk, and it was terrible. I was turning into a real crab. I went to the Good Feet store, and I tried on the arch supports. I could not believe that I was not in pain. I can walk, I can run, I can jump, I can do anything. My name's Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Right now, while you're sitting on the couch or just driving around, your friends are at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range powered by Top Tracer. The vibe is perfect, whether you're an accomplished player or a newbie. Play a variety of fun games, play Pebble Beach, or compete against friends at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range. Hungry? The Hangout Food Truck offers burgers, chicken strips, and more. Check the summer-long free concert schedule. Be a part of the fun at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, open until midnight.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopy.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTK-AM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports.
Live and local, it's Stiles and Watkins. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
It's a feel-good Friday. You got Christopher Ladd breaking it down behind the glass. Simone breaking it down is all you missed it, Chris Watkins. Christopher Ladd was dancing.
Wow.
We're all hanging out later. I don't know. You know, people just don't respond to my texts anymore.
No, they don't.
I feel like I'm the old guy talking to myself in our roundtable chat. I go 3 texts in a row, Simone. 3 texts in a row. And I know you see it.
Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. It's all right. You know, those guys are busy. They're working.
They're not even giving you the decency of like a emphasize text or like they heart it or like it. Nothing.
No, Frankie gets a promotion.
To be fair, Alan is literally telling them to work and how to. He's like, cut that. Make sure to cut that.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
That last part is definitely the part you should cut.
No.
So, you know, they're not super eager to be like, yeah.
No,
thanks.
prior to that, a couple days ago when I was grinding film for the California Classic.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. What else I'm talking about? That's me this weekend. By the way, Ballers, if you want to be a franchise owner, the Oakland Ballers are giving fans an opportunity to own part of the team. I'll be there this weekend. So if you find yourself in the Bay Area, come holler at your boy doing some in-game hosting. So I'll be out there, Chris. Chris, it's so funny because I'll drive like today. I'll drive right after the show, and I just have 2 completely different wardrobes because of the weather.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm in this wear right now. Then I get to the bay, and it's warm, but I know.
Jacket.
No, that
especially at night.
That 5th inning hits.
Yes.
And it hits. And it got me the first day I went. I wasn't thinking, oh, yeah, sun's out, guns out.
Yep.
5th inning hits, nose running. I'm like, this is embarrassing.
Green.
Yeah. You guys,
everybody
make some noise.
Green.
They're like, is he okay? So I come correct now. I got the sleeves. I got the jacket, everything. Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner, is coming to Sacktown. We want to get you in the building next Friday. That's in an hour, okay? Less than an hour. And if you are watching or listening on the app, you're probably going to want to switch over to AM if you want to be a part of the 38 special experience. All you have to do is hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline at 1 p.m. Simone will pick the number to score that pair of tickets. Your last day. If you've won already, don't be greedy. We'll figure it out. You're not getting any more tickets. But if you haven't won, be sure to call on in. Also, our luxury Las Vegas grand prize giveaway. Head over to sacktownsports.com if you want an opportunity to hang out at Fontainebleau, Las Vegas, to get you maybe Tejan Salon. He might be staying there. He might be staying there for Summer League. We want to get you laced up with the ultimate luxury grand prize experience this summer. Head to sacktownsports.com and enter your chance to win this grand prize, including a posh 2-night stay at the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas. $500 Amex for gas or airfare and tickets to a Las Vegas show and more. Must be 21 or over to enter. Terms and conditions apply. For more information and to enter to win, visit sacktownsports.com. I will say the first sign of getting old is when you see someone walking around with a beverage and you think for sure, wow, what are you doing with that? Happened to me yesterday. I was in the stands doing my thing and somebody walked by me and they had a beverage and I'm thinking, there's no way you're old enough, and then I realized, oh, I'm just old. I'm just
there's
old.
There's kids
now.
that are about 10 years younger than you that are able to drink.
There's no way you can drink. You look 10 years older than me. Whoa, that actually is still legal.
That you literally can drink. It gets scary, man. Yeah.
It definitely is scary out here.
I thought you were going to say, you're old when, the Fontainebleau, I think, is a newer Vegas hotel. I thought you were going to say, when you start to be like, where's that hotel in Vegas? I don't think I've seen that before.
Right, exactly.
I know Vegas changes very often.
It is changing, and we have a really funny story. If you are going to be in Vegas, and I think it might be closing soon. We have the story, but the Mirage has to give away $1.6 million via their slots.
They have to.
Yes, legally they have to. Yes. And it's a mess in there.
Insane.
Everybody is at the. And so is that Vegas admitting that they rigged these things? Because, we have to give this money away. So, you know what I mean?
It's a little confusing. Yeah, I don't quite understand exactly the reason why they have to give it away. But, it does kind of make it seem like there's some – shocker, there's some nefarious stuff going on with Vegas and their slot machines. But,
right.
It definitely is. It seems a little too convenient to me that it's like, oh, hey, we're closing – everybody better rush over here and make sure that you get your last gambling in before we're closed. Yeah, and it's like, okay, so it seems like you guys are making more money than you probably made over the past 2 years in one weekend because everyone's just trying to get this thing. Who knows if it's even true? I assume it is true.
So we're gonna see some big payouts soon.
Yeah,
well, tell
that's what I'm saying.
Jason Ross and Brendan. Jay,
come on,
better get on it.
Come on,
better get on it. All right, Chris. Speaking of Vegas, the Kings play Zach Edey and Memphis today at 3 in Vegas. I see you have a nice breakdown for us. What are you looking to see? And let's get into all those details.
Yeah, no, just a quick note as well. Jordan Ford, Sean Cunningham put this out maybe about an hour ago. Jordan Ford, of course, Sacramento legend in general, but formerly of the Sacramento Kings and Stockton Kings, played with the Kings Summer League team last summer as well and had a fantastic time out there and got himself eventually on that two-way deal for the Kings last season. He has left the Kings, unfortunately, and is signed a summer league deal with the New Orleans Pelicans. The Sacramento native will look to land a roster spot after a stint ended with the Kings as a two-way player last season. So I think, even though this is, in a way, another win for the Pelicans over Sacramento as they claim one of Sacramento's own. Definitely, I think everybody in Sac can put all those stuff aside and definitely still root for Jordan Ford to make it work, man, because I was in high school around the time that Jordan Ford was in high school, and I just remember all the fanfare and just how amazing he was really at Folsom, and I definitely hope that Jordan can find some footing here in the league. And I think it's awesome that he even got, regardless of, if he does have a 10-year NBA career or if it ends here after summer, I think that it's just awesome that a Sacramento kid got to play for the Sacramento Kings, even if it was just for a year. I think that's a really cool opportunity. And like I said, definitely everybody's rooting for Jordan. But yes, the roster, as we know, the Kings had 2 Summer League rosters for the California Classic, one that played in Golden One Center, one that played in Chase Center. They're going to essentially merge those 2 rosters. Mainly, it's going to be a lot of the guys that were on the Chase Center roster, so not a lot of ones that the Kings fans saw. However, all of the biggest names from the California Classic roster will be on this Vegas Summer League roster. Drew Timme, Mason Jones, Isaac Jones, Colby Jones, Keon Ellis, and Boogie Ellis all are making the trip, as well as Adonis Arms, Isaiah Crawford, I forgot to mention as well, Antoine Davis, Dane Goodwin, who was on the Kings summer G League team last year as well. So it's looking like a pretty decent squad. And just some notes from what you want to see from these guys. And I think first and foremost, Keon Ellis is the one that, we don't have Devin Carter to just analyze every single step he takes in Las Vegas. So I think most Kings fans' eyes are going to be on Keon Ellis. We obviously just saw him drop 30 the other day in that Mitch Richmond Battle of NorCal game. I think everybody's expecting Keon to just go crazy. I think that's the thing that you want to see in Vegas, is just him continue to show, I'm a level above this competition. I probably shouldn't even be here. And I just hope Keon shows that. He doesn't have to play the full Summer League schedule. I expect Keon to play 2 games. 3 feels like the max for him. I think the Kings know what he is. I just feel like the Kings, mainly from Keon, aren't looking for anything specific. Of course, you want to see him knock down some threes, but ultimately, I just think they want to see Keon dominate.
A name that you have on here that we really don't talk about, and I know we have some fun with Nate because he doesn't typically enjoy the antics, for lack of a better term, with Mason Jones. But, he's 6'4". He is a shooting guard, small forward type deal. I definitely saw him bring the ball up a couple of times during the Battle of NorCal. He was on the Kings roster. We just don't really seem to talk about him that much. What do you think about Mason Jones and kind of his path, or what the Kings plan for him is, if they really have one baked out for him?
Yeah, I would guess I know he's a combo guard, like you said. I mean, he's listed as a 2-3, which is kind of surprising that it's a 2-3, but we've seen him bring the ball up a couple good bit of time. I think even for Stockton last year, he operated as their point guard. So I think, it's just kind of a breaking case of emergency would be my guess for the time being. Mason's a shooter. He's a pretty decent shooter. He's been 40% just about every stop he's been. So I think that's the hope is, if he does end up playing minutes for the big club, that he can be a serviceable spot up shooter, potentially, maybe somebody who can just bring the ball down the floor. I don't think there's much hope for like his long-term ceiling or anything like that. But I think the Kings think that he can be a rotational piece at best. And, I think it just kind of beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I think, I don't really love what I see from Mason Jones, but I also don't think he's a bad basketball player, especially here in Summer League. We're going to see some bad basketball. And I think, he's kind of that 4A, it's unfortunate, but I think he's probably too good to be in G League, but I don't know if he's ever going to be good enough to really hold down like an NBA roster spot.
Yeah. And I'm sure there are a lot of guys. I mean, and maybe he'll get an opportunity. We just saw him light the Kings up. Kevin Knox.
Sure. Absolutely. Right? Same thing.
You know what? And to be fair, that is what, and I know it's a different sport, that's what a lot of people thought Elliot Ramos was. He would ball out in AAA and, didn't get a ton of time, but when he came up to the bigs, just couldn't figure it. And then as of right now, it's clicked for him. He's an all-star.
Yeah, I think he hit another one yesterday.
Yeah, he's an all-star.
It's crazy.
I know it's different in basketball because you kind of are what you are. I mean, Mason Jones, 25 years old. He's not a spring chicken.
Right.
But it is interesting because he was on the roster last season, didn't really get any time when on the roster, but they definitely like who he is, locker room guy. And I'm sure every team has somebody like this. Yeah. But I would like, who knows if he goes crazy.
He looks great this year, too. The weight wise, I think he said he lost 45 or 50 pounds.
Crazy.
I mean, he looks a lot lighter on his feet. I'm sure, he had a crazy finish in that Gal Classic game. He had an up and under and kind of a windmill layup. I was definitely like, it must literally feel like you had a weight jacket on, and imagine playing 40 pounds lighter and you were already at the level that Mason was at. I feel like this is almost like, in a weird way, a new start to his career. I mean, he's finally, I guess he kind of dealt with weight fluctuation a lot throughout high school and clearly throughout college and his pro career as well. I would imagine this is the best shape he's ever been in, and I can't imagine what it must feel like to play at that level and feel like, oh my gosh, I'm lighter, I'm faster, I can probably jump higher than I ever have before. So, I am actually really excited to see how Mason Jones kind of looks like with a couple games here to kind of spread his legs.
Coming up next, we know everybody wants to talk about my guy, Drew Timme. Also, King's best trios. Where will DeMar DeRozan, Sabonis, and De'Aaron Fox fall? Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
Slash presents Serpent Festival, a celebration of the blues. Friday, July 12th at the venue at Thunder Valley, starring Slash, Warren Haynes Band, Beautifully Broken, Samantha Fish, Y'all guess like a death wish, and Eric Gales. It's gonna be a steep climb. Don't miss an all-star night of blues, Friday, July 12th at the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Serpent Festival.
Hey, what's up, Sacramento? It's Kyle Draper. Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and, of course, mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Just go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
The PGA club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Sacktown Sports.
Check us out on YouTube. Search Sacktown Sports and subscribe.
I have this is just one of those Fridays. Cousins are just, friends or siblings and cousins are just so mean to each other. So I can't remember when this song came out.
Okay.
But for some reason it was on. I was in Chicago with my cousins, right? A bunch of different cousins. And I don't even know how it started, but one of the cousins told the other cousin that, hey, your breath is kind of kicking.
Okay. That's
and the
fine.
song, I don't know if the song was playing, but he just made a remix. Or that one part where he's like, suffocation, no breathing. And the cousin starts crying.
Like actually crying.
Of course I chime in.
From being bullied.
Yes. Yes. And we're just singing suffocation, no breathing. I didn't know they were crying to begin with. And then I saw it and said, oh, maybe we should stop.
You just turn around.
And I think about that every time I hear this song. That must have been over 20 years ago. I think about that every time I hear this song.
Oh my God.
Simone and Chris Berlano are shaking their heads.
Now I hear it every time. I always think loafers with
cousin
the white
stuff, man.
Yep. There was a great vine that was loafers with the white socks. Are you okay?
Yeah. Suffocation, no breathing, glycerining. You gotta learn. learn, man.
Somewhere your cousin's still crying right now. Like,
you got to learn.
Come on.
It's better for us to tell
that's
you.
That's something that only family could do, man.
Family's got to tell you.
That's what they're for, man. It's to get that thick skin. Some people never had it, and they need it, man. And it shows.
Well, yes, that's what they say. Yes,
that's the problem.
Yes, some of you didn't have an older sibling or whatever, and it shows.
And it definitely shows.
Sometimes you need it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It definitely makes you a better adult. It gives you a better sense of humor.
And you know what I need, Chris?
Also, maybe next time they'll brush their teeth.
I think,
I'm sure they brush their teeth and mouthwash every single day after that. So
listen, reading.
Some people say bullying works. Some people.
Ward says in all caps, "This is my last breath." Yeah, we didn't want to smell that. You know what I am looking forward to, Chris?
No clue.
My guy, Drew Timme.
Oh, geez.
As we get ready for Summer League. What if he goes off, though? Is there any chance?
You tell me. What does happen if he goes off?
If he goes off,
that's what I've been trying to figure out. It's
if
like,
he goes off, he finds himself
about?
on the roster.
This Kings roster?
Yes. Mason Jones. Like I said, Mason Jones.
Maybe the Stockton Kings roster.
Maybe start there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've got no problem with him as the Stockton. I just have a problem if he becomes any sort of answer that, I just don't think that he's somebody that you should.
He can't be. You called Mason Jones.
Yeah,
but you called Mason Jones break in case of emergency. He can't be break in case of emergency.
Sure, but I just think that it's a little easier to patchwork a ball handler point guard than a center. Like you can really get torched if Drew Timme is your only. Like people talk crazy about Sabonis as a defensive center.
Yeah,
and Sabonis is one of the best footwork, one of the best effort, hustle, energy guys you can have in the league.
Yeah.
Drew Timme, we think Sabonis can't hop. Drew Timme's got credit card hops himself.
Yeah.
And he's getting cooked way more than Sabonis is. Way, way more than Sabonis is.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's just, I would 100 times out of 100 go Alex Len over Drew Timme.
I agree with you there.
Yeah. I just think and Alex Len is a vet minimum center.
Sure.
I just think that there's a lot of different other options.
There are a lot of levels to this as well. Okay, you had a list. I think it was, what was it? De'Aaron Muse, or their DeRozan Muse. There's a new Muse on social media, the DeMar DeRozan Muse, and it's doing very well for itself. And they asked the question, where will Fox, DeRozan, and Sabonis rank among trios, or where do they already rank? And you have some other trios. The short answer is they're at least second, and they might end at number one. But you have a more detailed approach.
Yeah, they definitely might end up there. I'm still kind of doing the total Sacramento research. The tweet itself was, are they the best trio since Webb, Bibby, and Peja? That's absolutely no doubt. I'm trying to go all Sacramento specific history for trios, and I'm in 95 right now. And, it feels like I'm stretching a bit to say Mitch Richmond, Walt Williams, and Brian Grant are kind of what we're expecting from Sabonis, Fox, and DeMar DeRozan. But yeah, here's the list. So I went back at least to the early 2000s. We can do that. I've got J. Will, Peja, Weber. That was really only a true trio for one season, and that was the 2000-2001 season where Peja and Webb both averaged over 20. This was really Peja's breakout year. When he was 23, he averaged 20 a game. Webb was all the way at 27. All the way back in the day without threes as well. So incredibly impressive. And J. Will, I kind of had to sneak him in there. J. Will was under 10 points a game, 5.5 assists, nothing super crazy from him. So that, isn't too strong of a big three, but it is one of the better big threes that the Kings team has had. Of course, then it goes to Bibby, Peja, and Webb themselves. All three of those guys were heavy contributors. That to me definitely feels like a legitimate big three. And then we kind of start to get to the thin days. And I think that was kind of the point of the initial tweet. I have Kevin Martin, Brad Miller, and Meta World Peace in there. There was a season in 07-08, the year after, I guess you could call it the first year of the playoff drought. Those guys, you had Kmart at 23, you had Meta at 20, and then you had Brad Miller. You still had Mike Bibby in there. He only played 15 games that season. Brad averaged 13.5 in 72 games. Again, not your strongest big three. The next season, you have Bibby, Kmart, and Meta as well. And then we really start to get pretty deep here. We go from 07-08 all the way up to 11-12, where we have our Tyreek Evans, Marcus Thornton, and DeMarcus Cousins trio. this might be a bit stretching in terms of perception. Like, I don't think anybody out there in mainstream media or maybe even in Sacramento media was out here saying, wow, Marcus Thornton is definitely a name that fits into that. But those who know that Lil Buckets had himself a couple seasons where we were really, really excited about him. I mean, he was 24 years old, led the Kings in points per game with 18.7. DeMarcus averaged 18 in his age 21 season. Tyreek averaged 16 in his 22 season. And you also had a young Isaiah Thomas there at 22 years old, averaging 11.5 points per game. All four of those guys under the age of 24. It really felt like you were building something. And then Marcus Thornton kind of fell off a bit, and that big three never really fully materialized. Tyreek Evans then gets moved on from. Isaiah Thomas takes an elevated role. And then we get where I think Kings fans would legitimately say it felt like at the time we were actually talking about this is a big three. This is a three-man combination that is actually something to be concerned about from an opponent standpoint. And that was IT, Rudy, and DeMarcus. And all three of those guys averaged 20 a game in a season, which is still something that is incredibly rare to find in anywhere in the league. It doesn't matter what your big three is. What IT, Rudy, and DeMarcus did was absolutely incredible. They were probably the most recent good Kings big three. It kind of depends if you want to count De'Aaron, Buddy, and Bogey and things like that. But even then, from a production standpoint, IT, Rudy, and DeMarcus, I think, are number one for the in-between period of Webb and where we're at now. A lot of people are very fond of the Rondo years. Year, I should say. Not quite as fond. The Kings didn't really have as much success as what I think a lot of people were hoping for. But Rondo, Rudy, and DMC was definitely a fun one. And then, yeah, I mean, if you want to count any of I wouldn't count the Beam teams as any of a big three. Like, I guess it would be Fox, Monk, and Sabonis in there, but it doesn't feel like, I mean, maybe, with some of these that I've thrown out there, it qualifies. But to me, Fox, DeRozan, and Sabonis, to your point, is definitely potentially the most lethal of all of those since the Bibby Peja Webb days.
I think you got to make a couple playoff runs, I think, to be considered a big three.
Well, that makes our history a little tough to do then.
Because I'm just thinking the Beam team, it could have been based on who balled out. Could have been Keegan, Sabonis, and De'Aaron. Could have been Herter, Sabonis, and De'Aaron. But I do think, without a doubt, we're looking at, and when Brett Siegel just kind of put into perspective, probably a Hall of Famer out of DeMar DeRozan joining the Sacramento Kings. I think we're headed into a golden age for the Kings. Yeah, it's going to be tough, and the West is a beast right now. But you got to get the right weapons, and the Kings are doing their best to get that. Coming up next, we have a list. If you're worried about Devin Carter missing time, possibly the whole season, we have a list that might make you feel just a little bit better. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Franklin Rosen with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water rail.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand.
That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
18 number ones. What was I thinking? Countless ACM and CMA awards. Sold out world tours. And now, Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITBfest.com.
Brought to you by McKee Brothers, Clemmy Reuter and Heat, and Dawson Oil Company.
Big O Tires proudly sells our own brand of innovative, newly designed tires, like the Bigfoot AT2 with improved all-terrain traction, and the Legacy All-Season Plus that keeps you on the road in any weather, with every set backed by our ProTech Plus warranty.
And right now, get $80 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Big O brand tires with installation purchase. Now through July 28th. Big O Tires, the team you trust. No carry-outs, not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for details.
Hey, get ready to rock, groove, and have a blast with the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. We've got an unbeatable lineup of shows that you won't want to miss. First up is Songs and Stories from Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees, coming to the Crest Theater July 21st. It's Brett Young and Chase Rice at Thunder Valley on August 3rd. Plus, Jason Mraz and the Super Band will be rocking Thunder Valley on August 9th. Then head out of the heat to higher elevation for the Truckee Music Festival on August 9th and 10th. Featuring Kip Moore and Sublime. And here's your Live Nation lineup. On August 4th, don't miss the Outlaw Music Festival at Toyota Amphitheater featuring Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. On August 15th, catch Donnie Osmond at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Then, on August 22nd, Creed Fisher takes the stage at Ace of Spades. And on September 10th, enjoy the timeless sounds of the Doobie Brothers at Toyota Amphitheater. Rounding out this rockin' lineup is the Lodi Grape Festival from September 12th through the 15th, featuring Joe Nichols and Smash Mouth. For information and tickets, visit grapefestival.com. And then stay tuned to Sacktown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
Live and local, it's Stiles and Watkins. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
You know, Chris, when you brought up Marcus Thornton, it made me think about guys, and I'm not trying to get killed for this at all, especially on a beautiful, beautiful Friday that we're having. But is there any worry? I mean, there are guys, I'm trying to think of other guys in the league that got hot. You thought maybe this could be a dude and then just fell off. And really one of the main guys, another king, and obviously he had injuries and things like that, is there's Isaiah Thomas.
Sure.
Okay. And I guess what I'm getting at is, when do you feel comfortable assuming that what someone is doing is who they're going to be? And I guess my question would be, as far as Malik Monk, right? Is there any, we know Malik Monk has played really well these last 2 years with the Kings. Is there any, are we sure that who he is now? And I'm looking here at some of these crazy numbers for Marcus Thornton. I mean, 21 points a game, 18 points a game, and then it starts to go down
when he leaves the bad team.
Exactly. So is there any worry? And I don't know. I'm trying to think of other guys right off the top of my head that, okay, we might have a dude. He's improving here, and then it either just flatlines or it just doesn't work out.
Jeremy Lin, in a way.
Yeah, you could put Jeremy Lin. I'm just trying to think of other dudes. I mean, that you could have that. I don't know what to do with Kuminga because he had a really good scoring year. But is he going to continue to improve or whatever it is? I'm not necessarily worried about that with Malik Monk, but I do think there are guys like that have come through the NBA before.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just if you put up numbers while you're winning, I think that's pretty comfortable. Because like Marcus Thornton is a prime example of, you can get buckets on a bad team, but kind of like what we said earlier, I can't remember who exactly we were talking. I think it was Devin Carter, but like, is it scalable? Like, you're averaging 21 points per game right now, taking 15 shots. Okay. You're on a 30-win Sacramento Kings team.
Right.
If we then bring you to a 50-win team and you're taking 8 shots a game,
right?
Can you still, now I'm not expecting you to put up 20, but can you get to 14, 13? Can you still look like you're producing while you're winning games? I think that's what makes me feel positively. I think Malik's a fine example because Malik has gone through both sides of it. Like, he was great in college, but he was also bad as a pro. And then we've recently seen him turn it around. And I think the thing that makes me feel better about it is, you have the past to go on. It's not like it really did Jeremy Lin. It didn't really come out of nowhere. Malik was just as hyped as De'Aaron coming out of college. So it's not like there wasn't pedigree or history there that tells us it could have been a possibility. But it's also just, Malik has done this in a winning environment. He's done it. He's been contributing to winning. He hits tough shots. He also, hits some open looks too. I think that it's just everything that you would want. I guess in a weird way, there is no perfect answer to it, but I guess you just have to watch it with yourself. You can't, I guess the easiest thing would just be, you can't just look at the numbers. You have to actually watch it with your own eyes. And again, much like scouting, you just have to try and determine, do I personally believe that what they're doing is because their situation that they're in is so good that, hey, maybe, he only looks so good because he has Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis around him. Or, you can try and determine, okay, no, this guy, yes, he's surrounded by talent, but he's also still doing his thing in his own little spot. So I guess it's a cop out, but it's kind of, you have to look at it for yourself and try and make that own determination, because I don't think anybody really truly fully knows.
209 says Kevin Martin.
Kmart, for sure. That can definitely be one. He was 20 point, because that one's even stranger too, because he was great on the Kings. He was great on the Rockets. And then he gets traded to OKC. And, maybe that's more of an Isaiah Thomas thing where it's one injury too many. But that's a really good example of Kevin Martin was great. He even changed scenery and was great. And then he changes scenery one extra time, and it wasn't the right fit, and he never really recovered. So, I don't really know how you were supposed to see that one coming.
This is an interesting one, and I don't think it is, because I think if you're an all-star and you eclipse, I don't know, say 3 years, then I think that he's not in this position, but it is interesting to look at his career is Stevie Franchise. Steve Francis, it was a crazy run. I guess he wouldn't count. He went in 01, he averaged 19 points a game. And then 3 years in a row, he's an all-star, 21 points a game, 21 points a game. He averaged 16 points a game in 04 and was an all-star, then averaged 21 points a game the next season and wasn't an all-star. He was on Orlando. I'm assuming that team just wasn't very good. Yeah, but he didn't really fall. After that, he never eclipsed 20 again. After that, he averaged 14, 16, 10, 11, and 5. And at that point, he's 31 years. He's 31 years old. Another guy that I had, Chris, was Fred VanVleet. But Fred VanVleet, honestly, is not that situation. He's been pretty steady.
Yeah.
He had that crazy breakout in the finals in 2019. Then he got the bag. I mean, that finals got him generational wealth. And after that, 17 a season, 19 a season, 20 a season. He was all-star that year in 2022, and then 19 and 17. So, keep the names coming on this Friday. Guys that had a couple years and then just completely disappeared.
You know who my favorite is on that kind of front as well? And I think he definitely fits more into the Isaiah Thomas injuries took it away from him. Kenneth Faried. That dude was
what happened to him?
Literally, as we're heading towards that dude was an Olympian. Like he was literally one of the best 12 people that we could have sent out, and I don't think anybody really had an issue with it. And then I think he got hurt. He kind of, a big part of Kenneth Faried's game was how vertical he was and him flying high, even though he was 6'7", he played like he was 6'10". And I think once he his knees went from him, I think he just couldn't really play the style of play that he wanted to. And Montrezl Harrell is kind of a lesser version of that too, where he's hyper productive. Everybody would want a guy like Montrezl Harrell,
right?
And then he loses.
That's actually a good one.
And he's out of the league. Like that dude's probably 32 right now, and he's been out of the league for like 3-4 years.
You can't. No,
nobody's giving him. He's not Kevin Knoxing it out here. He's not getting summer league deals. At least Kenneth Faried's playing, I believe, for Mexico City's G League right now. I don't even think Montrez is trying to keep the dream alive.
One that I have, and I don't know what people actually think about Rookie of the Years and how important it is. Michael Carter Williams.
Yeah, he was a bad rookie. I think that was literally the 2013 draft class. That's the draft class.
2013, 2014,
the worst draft class since this year, or, this year was the worst since
the
then.
20 years, the 20-year mark.
So, that was just a really, really bad year. I don't think Michael Carter Williams was ever actually good.
16 points his rookie year, then 14.
That was on a very bad Philly. Those were on the process Philly.
Right, then 14, then 15, then 14, then 11, and then just terrible.
Yeah,
but terrible.
His
he never even gets back
were
to
always
10.
ugly too.
Yeah, he's just chucking it up. Yeah, wow. Well, that's not that I think that's going to happen to Malik Monk. It just is always interesting when you get hot, and a lot of it's about timing. I mean, look at Nick Foles. He got the bag after he won that Super Bowl, and he went to the Jags and forgot how to play. Forgot how to play football again. So that's just kind of part of it. Coming up next. Would it be a bad thing if Devin Carter misses the entire season? We have some names that might make you feel better. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
I'm a very active person that likes to move around and go. The pain I was in was really excruciating. It was actually debilitating. I was basically heading towards a sedentary lifestyle. I had really tried everything, but I quickly lost hope with all of the things that we had tried, and that's what led me to the Good Feet store. And when I found the Good Feet system, it really just changed everything. It brought me back to life. I have my active lifestyle back.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spa's Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
Imagine the most beautiful panoramic setting. Endless waves crashing on a beach, kids playing in the park. Now, right smack in the middle of your perfect picture, imagine just one piece of litter. It doesn't fit, does it? And it simply doesn't belong anywhere. Certainly not in California. Not even one piece. Good news? If we work together, we will change it all. Clean California. Zero litter is the goal. CleanCA.com.
Right now, you're missing all the fun at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range powered by Top Tracer. It's the place to be this summer in Sacramento. Whether you're an accomplished player or a newbie, there's something for everyone at the Hagen Oaks Nighttime Driving Range. Golf is happening right now, and the Hagen Oaks Driving Range is the perfect place to see what the fuss is all about. The Hangout Food Truck offers tasty bites and craft beers on the brand new relaxed patio, and with a free concert schedule, there's always something for everyone at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range. Join the fun tonight until midnight. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
The Open Championship celebrates its 152nd anniversary this month at Royal Troon in Scotland. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. The game's top players assemble for a chance at the coveted Claret Jug. The Open Championship is about tradition, excellence, and class. And you'll find similar qualities at Naturewood Home Furnishings as they assemble the finest furniture and brand choices for your selection. When you visit Naturewood, you'll be amazed at the gallery of superior furniture available for your lifestyle, for your decor, for your home. This weekend during Naturewood's bedroom sale, you're sure to find the perfect piece you've been searching for. Naturewood is proud to bring you Open Championship updates on this station and proud to offer you the finest furnishings available. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the Watermill.
Taste on a whole new level at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Enjoy the height of hospitality, whether you're craving an upscale steakhouse, authentic Chinese hot pot and dim sum, or having a refreshing beverage while watching the game. Visit skyriver.com.
Beast of the middays.
Wow.
So I'm buying you a new shiny big screen TV for all of your success. The only problem is that it's broken in the box and the repair person can't get here for about 6 months. Are you still excited for the gift? That's kind of what this feels like. I know it's not Devin Carter's fault, but I want to see this kid. Help me through this, guys, before I melt today.
That's an analogy.
That is certain.
That's why I had the face.
There's a lot of gymnastics going on there.
At first I thought I was getting a TV.
I know. I was too. I was like, well, I was literally already starting to, okay, I think we could probably fit it.
I mean, our boss got a TV. I want a TV.
Here.
No, those are Dave's TVs.
Yeah, that's true.
Those are Dave's TVs. He's got the remotes. But
Buy a new TV?
I get it. I think that was actually a very Allen-esque analogy.
It sure was.
Good job, Jeff. Where Whitey is already out before I even start. So Whitey, last night, where's this going?
What are we doing?
What,
come on.
Why are we here?
Come on.
Why am I here?
Yeah, I don't. 6, Alan. I don't know.
Just looks at Chris with curiosity.
I'm as well trying to decipher where I want to go with that text. I would just say, it's disappointing, sure, but you're still gonna buy another TV and you're gonna enjoy it on that other television. Like Devin Carter. Yes, you can be excited to see Devin Carter. That's great. I mean, we're all excited to see Devin Carter, but I mean, I guess I would just say find. I don't mean this rude, but like find somebody else to get excited about. Like again in this summer league, watch Keon Ellis. Try and decipher if you think he's a starter quality. If you think, oh man, I don't know if this is real. Mason Jones, I would just, I don't know, get another TV.
Yeah, but let's be fair here. We spent a lot of time on this draft.
Yes.
We spent a lot of time on this draft.
I mean, we were expecting them to trade the pick.
Yeah. And there's just no pay, at least to trade the pick. There's no closure. There's no closure. We have to wait 6 months for the closure.
I'm sorry, sports ain't fair.
I'm with Jeff. I wanted to see.
I think we're all disappointed. I just don't know what we're supposed to. There's nothing we could do about it. I think everybody
do something.
We still have some TVs. That's also what we need.
That's exactly.
We still have TVs. The new one is coming.
We can interest you. Yeah, we have 2 in here. Can we interest you in a Kobe Jones?
Exactly.
Or a Drew Timmy TV? Right. I like the Drew Timmy TV.
Yeah. Just enjoy the DeMar TV.
Chris's problem is the Drew Timmy TV isn't 4K. Chris wants his 4K.
Yeah, Drew Timmy's got like the VHS built-in TV.
Here we go.
I'm like, man, this guy would have worked in the 80s, 90s.
No, stop that.
Now
he hit a 3. He hit a 3.
He did. You're right. You know what?
And I'm getting him on the show.
He's more like those big TVs that just like are like they are its own piece of furniture.
Brendan.
DeMar?
No. Drew Timmy. Drew Timmy.
Brendan, get me Drew Timmy on the phone next week, please, Brendan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please,
Seems
Brendan.
Like a great guy.
You have a list, Chris, of guys who also missed the season as we bring it on back to Devin Carter and the TVs. All right. This list is a pretty good list.
Yeah, these are all some busted TVs. All these TVs had recalls, okay? And you know what ended up happening? You wait 6 months and you know what happens? TV technology gets better. And it's amazing that you waited that 6 months, but you ended up with a better television for it anyway.
Mm-hmm. You took it back. You got it repaired.
That's the hope. That's the hope is you get the TV repaired. And, maybe again, they show you like, oh man, I'm telling you, it actually was I'm not going to say it's a good thing that your TV was broken. Of course, everybody wants the TV now, but you gotta be patient sometimes. And that's what these franchises did. They were patient. They of course these guys were frankly taken higher than Devin Carter was. And these guys didn't play their rookie season. And for the most part, it ended up pretty good for these guys. Let's start with Blake Griffin, shall we? Blake Griffin was ready to make an immediate impact for the Los Angeles Clippers in his 2009-2010 season before he broke his kneecap and was forced to miss the entire season. Blake Griffin ended up winning Rookie of the Year. He definitely had, and these are lower body injuries. These are leg injuries we're talking about. Mm-hmm. So it's not really the same to say, but look at Blake Griffin. His knees ended up continually being a problem for him. I don't think it's the same when you're talking about his left shoulder. I would alleviate that as a fear. Blake Griffin, totally fine, had a great career. We know he won a slam dunk contest never really I won't say never really had knee problems because he definitely did have knee problems again, but didn't necessarily hamper his development much at all. Joel Embiid, he's probably the most famous case and definitely hasn't fully recovered from those. He's just as injury prone as anybody else. But again, that is a leg injury. Joel Embiid didn't play his first 2 NBA seasons after being drafted, not 13, but number 3 in the draft, and missed, the first 2 seasons after 2014 season with Kansas. 76ers, as of course they were in a rebuild process. It paid off in a big way. Joel was named to the all-rookie first team in 2017 and has since, again, he's not available all the time, but it did not hamper Joel Embiid from being a good player. 5-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, 3-time All-Defensive Team, and, of course, an MVP as well. Well, Chris, you just listed an MVP. Nobody thinks Devin Carter is going to be an MVP. How about Michael Porter Jr.? Michael Porter Jr. left school after 1 season, and we know the story because the Kings had the number 2 pick this year and were heavily involved in Michael Porter Jr. rumors when they were at number 7. Porter Jr. was taken 14th, right next to Devin Carter. He missed the entirety of the 18-19 season with back surgery. And again, it was a problem for maybe a year or two. We haven't really seen much in terms of Michael Porter Jr.'s back, becoming an issue or that big of an issue since.
He's got other ones.
19 points per game. He ended up getting a bag, so he played well enough after missing that season that, again, that injury never really hampered how good of a player he was. Still averaged 19 points per game. He signed a 5-year, $172 million contract, which tells you that team was willing to take a bet that guy's injury wasn't going to be a problem moving forward. Ben Simmons, of course, broke his foot in the final preseason scrimmage for the Sixers before the 16-17 season, was ruled out the entire season, and he returned in 17-18 and controversially, of course, won an MVP. You could say, hey, that was a while ago. What are you talking about? Chet Holmgren just missed his entire rookie season the other day or the other year after tearing a tendon in his foot playing in that summer league or that summer pro-am in Seattle. Wasn't an issue for Chet at all this season. He looks 100% fine. I believe Chet Holmgren played 82 games this past season. Right. I mean, this list is telling you just because Devin Carter is hurt in his rookie season, even if we're not even saying he's going to miss his entire rookie season, but if he does, it's fine. It doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to be a good player. It doesn't mean he's not going to reach his full potential. Yeah, maybe you could look at these lists and say, Chris, all of these guys have chronic issues, though. Like, these things keep coming up. Ben Simmons keeps getting hurt. Michael Porter Jr. isn't the cleanest bill of health. Joel Embiid. These are all, again, not a shoulder injury. So I just thought that this would help hopefully alleviate some stress from people who are worried that, oh my gosh, Devin Carter's hurt in his rookie year. This is going to set him back so far that he's never, ever, ever going to recover. If you're a good player, you figure it out. And again, a shoulder is a lot less detrimental to your NBA game than a knee, than a back, than a foot. A lot of the things these guys have gone through, and it was no problem for them. So if Devin Carter doesn't succeed at a pro level, it's not because of his shoulder. It's because he wasn't ever going to do it.
Fair enough. But, when you come down to these lists, get Ben Simmons off these lists. Get Ben Simmons off the list.
Rookie of the year. He averaged 19 points per game. That's a mental problem with Ben Simmons. It has nothing to do with the physical.
That's also fair. Coming up next, we have a conversation as far as Lauri Markkanen is concerned, who is and isn't untouchable. You're going to be annoyed if you're like me and Chris on who one insider is saying is untouchable around the NBA. Stiles Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Granger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
July 4th savings explode at Maida Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton Turbo Max in stock after rebate.
$12,000 off every Silverado LT Turbo Max at Maida Chevy with at least 5 at this price.
July 4th savings up to $12,000 off Silverado exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer. End 7/31/24.
Made a great deal of Maida.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
What's up? Talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. What's happening for Chrysler's Make This These summer sales events?
Right now, save up to $12,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 2500 Laramie or Tradesman. For work or for play, you pick. If you need a heavy-duty Ram truck, Hoblet should be your first stop to find what you need at the best price.
Oh, you're going all out this month.
From the time my grandfather opened the first Hoblet dealership back in 1949, one thing we've strived for is to treat you like family. That's why you'll find the big city selection and savings with over 400 Rams available, but the small town care and attention when you buy from Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
You won't find a bigger selection or better deals on the truck you want. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
12,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 and 3500s after 2,000 Hoblet Select inventory bonus cash. Lambries include 9,500 dealer discount and 500 first responder bonus cash for current members of qualifying First Responder Association. Tradesmen include 7,000 dealer discounts and 5,000 factory rebates. Rebates include 1,500 commercial bonus cash for current business owners with valid tax ID. At least 5 of each offer. Sample VIN 103767 and 221741. See dealer for details.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water reel.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento has a new tag team in the midday. It's Stiles and Watkins on Sacktown Sports.
Already see some people jumping the gun. No. Dikembe Mutombo on that. But now it's time. Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner, is coming to Sacktown, and we want to get you in the building next Friday for the 38 special experience. All you have to do is hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. Looking for caller number
555.
Caller number 555 to score that pair of tickets and check out an unforgettable night of Southern Rock courtesy of Thunder Valley Casino Resort. For more information, visit sacktownsports.com, 916-339-1140, 916-339-1140, 916-339-1140. Caller number 5, caller number 5. If you win, Say thank you, Simone. If you lose, hey, we'll have another giveaway. And speaking of giveaways, you can get both. You can double up on these because they're separate, whether you win or lose. But you can get this luxury Las Vegas grand prize giveaway if you aren't lucky number 5, or even if you are, you can head over to sacktownsports.com because we have teamed up with the newest luxury resort in Las Vegas, the Fontainebleau Las Vegas, to get you laced up with the ultimate luxury grand prize experience this summer. Head to sacktownsports.com and enter for your chance to win this grand prize package, including a posh 2-night stay at the Fontainebleau Las Vegas and $500 Amex for gas or airfare and tickets to a Las Vegas show and more. Must be over 21 to enter. Terms and conditions apply. For more information and to enter to win, visit sacktownsports.com. Callan Miles will be attempting to win those tickets. Callan Miles, I hear he's a super cool dude. Kind of looks like Childish Gambino.
Took me a second. It took
I
me
know you were looking at me.
I was like, who is Callan? I don't know who Callan
Callan
is.
Miles, I got a good feeling that he might be able to get this done. I want to go to Vegas. This is just
crazy.
teasing
And
me.
Now the summer league has officially started. This is the first game of the summer league.
Oh,
We
it's
got
Brendan. I
Cavs
can see Brendan on the TV. Brendan. It should have been me.
Not him.
It should have been Jay.
Yeah.
And Draper.
Come on, man.
Give me a break.
Come on.
Give me a break with this one too, Chris. This is from
This is crazy.
the Real GM, basketball.realgm.com. Jazz believe you're gonna crack up at this one. And Simone's working the phone, so I don't think we'll get the music. Jazz believed to prefer Brandon Pajemski over Jonathan Kuminga for Lauri Markkanen talks with Warriors.
That
Here it
feels
goes.
like an Onion report.
Here it goes. Educated speculation. I think Pajemski.
Educated speculation is crazy.
Yeah.
To then say that the Jazz want the white guy is crazy.
Here you go. Educated speculation. I think Pajemski would have to be in the deal. This is from Tim McMahon on the Low.
Education speculation is crazy.
The Low Post podcast.
I'm just guessing here.
Tim McMahon. Tim McMahon. Obviously, you're talking about a ton of picks. I don't know how much the Jazz would press on Kuminga. I do think if Pajemski is not in the deal, there wouldn't be a deal. He's got the best PR in the league, Chris. I'm telling you. He's got the best PR in the league.
Oh my God.
I don't know how much they
funny.
press on Kuminga, but Pajemski would have to be in the deal. This is insane now. And I know you're not that high on Kuminga, but come on now.
I'm not at all, but it's crazy. It's so funny. I mean, yeah, I had it in the rundown the other day after the Cal Classic. I told you I wanted to do what is Brandon Pajemski? Because I really don't know. Like, what are you trading for? If you're like, at least Kuminga, you can convince yourself, hey, there's a ceiling. This guy's an athletic freak. Maybe he can do some things that other people can't do. What is Brandon Pajemski bringing to your team that you're like, no, I would much rather take the flyer on that guy? I just don't see the ceiling. Like, I really don't know where we think Brandon Pajemski, who's like 6'3", maybe 6'4", is going to play when he's not playing next to Steph Curry. Sure, when you're next to Steph, everything's fine and dandy, but Pajemski's not big enough to really play the two. He's not a good enough ball handler or creator or shooter to be a starting point guard. So, like, in a non-Steph Curry universe, what is Brandon Pajemski? I just don't get it.
know.
I really don't get it. He's a great role player, as a matter of fact. He's already proven that he can do a lot of the dirty things, a lot of the hustle things. That's fine. Every team needs that. I'm not even trying to bag him and say that that's not useful. I just don't know if that's a starter outside of playing next to maybe the best point guard. Oh, no, I don't know why I'm saying maybe. That's just pure hate. Next to the best point guard of this generation. I don't know what he does outside of Steph Curry world. It's just weird. I don't know. I mean, that's absolutely insane. The Jazz, I can also have some educated speculation and come up with that as well, but I don't think that that's true. I feel like that's malpractice. I feel like if you're actively saying no to Kuminga, but yes, I am all the way in on Brandon Pajemski. That's crazy.
Yeah, and look, we talked about this and how, hey, playing for Team USA, that type of stuff helps. And this is coming from Tim McMahon, NBA for ESPN.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? He's on the low post, okay? He's on the Hoop Collective, all right? He's
been a Dallas reporter for a long time.
Yes, and is he making it up out of thin air? I have no clue, but
educated speculation.
I cannot see. Right. So this is more about Tim McMahon thinking more highly of Brandon Podziemski than Kuminga almost.
I think that it's just the white guy. I really do think that it's just, hey, yeah, the Jazz, like, I bet that they would want, like, educated speculation is a fancy way of saying, I'm just shooting the breeze here. I'm not reporting anything. I'm just based off of the kind of guys that the Jazz are typically interested in. Like, I don't get how you could come to that conclusion just off of the play of their game. I just don't know why Danny Ainge, I mean, you even said it in the Brett Singley interview, like Utah has been a lot more pressed about getting these young potential pops than getting draft picks, than getting veteran guys. Why would you not want the guy who can legitimately pop? You literally brought up Jonathan Kuminga in that conversation. The Keegan Murray's, like, that's the kind of guy that they should try and address. I mean, I guess maybe the fear is that, you know, Podziemski is a little bit earlier in his development. And so, you know, in terms of his contract, you have more years of team control at a cheaper number than I'm not super familiar with Kuminga's financial or contract situation, but I would assume you probably have to make a decision on him after this season if you want to move forward with him. So maybe that's the thought, but as a player, I think there's no question. And I'm not, as you said, I'm not really a Kuminga guy either. I think it's a no-brainer. You would rather have Kuminga.
Unreal.
Crazy.
Unreal PR.
I might start using that. Educated speculation.
Unreal PR. I guess I can't do it.
It's crazy. It's what happens when you're on the Warriors and, you know, yeah, I mean, he was a bit of a draft darling. I will say it didn't come out of nowhere. It's not like he literally was unheard of and then got drafted by the Warriors. Like, people were high on Podziemski as a draft prospect, and he's definitely outperformed what I think a lot of people had expected for him. But let's relax here. Like, this dude is not going to be starting all-star games anytime soon.
So you have something as we head over to the tennis world here for a little bit, and some crazy ticket numbers. I know the tennis thing.
It's a fun sport. I will say it's fun to play.
Be careful.
It's fun to play.
Be careful.
I hear pickleball's scary.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Be careful.
It is right here from Darren Ravel, who is always on top of these kind of wacky, you know, sports adjacent kind of things, especially when it comes to the marketing and the business side of things. He just put this out on his Twitter account as Djokovic reaches the Wimbledon final. It is now set up to be Djokovic against Alcaraz in the final. And Darren Ravel is saying it will be the most expensive get-in finals ticket in the history of sports. As of right now, and again, we were watching Djokovic play as we were doing the show here, so it ended maybe 30 minutes to an hour ago. As of right now, the absolute worst seat for Wimbledon on Sunday is going for more than $10,000 right now. The most expensive ticket. Get in. This is just the get in price.
Right.
The most expensive get in price in the history of sports as it stands right now. Nikola Djokovic against Carlos Alcaraz in the Wimbledon final. Absolutely insane. There's a 0.000% chance I would even ever consider it. There's no way.
I had it.
Like 10,000, I would, you know, it's a pretty intimate environment for sure, but I feel like I would much rather bag out and, you know, go to the Masters or do something that would be.
Yeah.
And Wimbledon's definitely got some cachet to it, but I don't know if $10,000 is.
It's just if it's your bag or not.
Yeah.
It's
right.
Not,
exactly.
It's not.
De'Aaron Fox, we know he's willing to drop that, right? For tennis. He's a tennis aficionado.
Yeah. That's insane to me. You know what I realized when I watch. Well, first of all, have you ever been to a pro tennis match? Have you?
No, not a tennis match. No.
Have you ever been to a boxing match?
No, but I hear those are like the energy in
those. I really want to go.
UFC fights are crazy.
Yeah, I really want to go. But as far as tennis, you know what I never see any beverages. Do they have beverages?
I would assume so. It'd be tough.
I don't know if I've ever seen any beverages.
You know, they're always cutting to the crowd.
And how much is a beverage?
Oof.
If you already paid 10,
that's a great
you
question.
better. I need a bartender. I need a bartender at my seat for $10K.
Yes, absolutely, no questions asked about it. 100%. Because at least like that's the nice thing about golf, like the Masters.
Yes.
To your point, from what my understanding is, it's almost Costco life out there, where we're not raising the price of the pimento sandwich or whatever. Like we are keeping it at $3.99. You already pay all the money to get in. We're not gonna price gouge you when you're already in. It better be. You better get some sort of package with that, but apparently not, because it sounds like that is again the worst seat in the house. And I can't imagine the worst seat in the house is getting any sort of catering.
I'm leaving here with something.
I better.
All right.
I better get a. Can you keep the balls? I know, like in soccer, I think they make you throw it back. In football, they make you throw it back. Baseball, obviously.
Well, those ball boys, they'll go Peter Parker. They'll climb up. They'll find you. They're not going to let you walk away with one of those.
What a job that would be, man! I would love to. That would have been a great summer job.
Pre-Achilles, that would have been great for me.
Sick,
now it makes me brings me pain to think about every time I watch them. Coming up next, we break down the ESPYs. Do you care? We'll figure out if we do. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's me, your liver. You know, the organ that helps you recover every weekend after pizza, donuts, and all those drinks. When you have a headache, you take an aspirin. You have a stomach ache, you pop an acid. But where's the love for your best buddy, the liver? The least that you could do to help me stay healthy is take Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver tablets contain high-quality, all-natural ingredients like milk thistle, globe artichoke, and turmeric extracts, which are proven to keep me healthy and you feeling your best. Active Liver provides an easy daily detox and helps protect me all year long. So let me make you an offer you can't refuse. You take care of me with Active Liver, and I keep taking care of you. Capiche?
See for yourself why Active Liver is Scandinavia's #1 liver health supplement. You can find Active Liver at CVS and online at Amazon, Target.com, or directly from NewNordicUSA.com. Again, find it in stores at CVS or online at Amazon, Target.com, or NewNordicUSA.com.
Live and local, it's Stiles and Watkins. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
So Chris is sad right now because
sad boy.
His boy.
Yeah.
Why don't you just tell it, Chris?
My guy Tristan Da Silva is already cooking for the Orlando Magic Summer League squad. It was the guy that I was highest on for the Kings to take, and I know it's Summer League, and it's literally, I think, 5 minutes into the first Summer League game, but Tristan Da Silva, 8 points already. He's hit 2 threes, 2 of 3 from 3, knocked down 2 free throws. He's got 2 assists. I just know what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You know who's playing right now? Tristan Da Silva.
Yep.
Not Devin Carter. No.
We were hoodwinked.
Yeah.
Bamboozled. Somebody in the Sack chat said that Devin Carter tricked us. Or he was deceitful. I mean, you could have, like, to your point, and to the texter's point earlier, the Kings decided not to get the physicals. You know? That's what they decided.
Yeah.
Devin wasn't hiding anything. Now, actually, Chris, let's flip this. Those teams that were really interested in Devin, maybe they did.
Yeah.
And they saw what Devin had popping.
Sure.
These are teams that are worse than the Kings.
Exactly.
And they really do need somebody to be playing right now. And they said, yeah. So maybe if you wanted to say, and somebody said, hey, I don't know if Monty's being truthful, maybe you could accuse them of not doing their due diligence. But I think they feel that. I think this just shows how high they are on Devin Carter.
Absolutely. 100%. You know, they didn't think he was going to be there. They just straight up didn't think he was going to be there when they picked, which is why I think they didn't do the physicals leading into it and all that. And, you know, I know it can be a nightmare to even get these guys to work out for you, especially now with, you know, the agent's control over the draft process. I'm not saying that's what happened with Devin Carter, but it just can be a logistical nightmare, even just to get these guys to be seen for their medicals, not even just to work them out. So yeah, I mean, you could definitely be upset about it, but I ultimately don't think that it's, something that needs to be a strike on Monty's record, or I wouldn't draw any conclusions from it. I mean, it just is unfortunate. It really sucks that we don't get to watch Devin Carter play right now and play at the beginning of the season. We have to wait a little bit and might have to wait a little more after that. But, I just don't ultimately think that it's something to get super upset by. I don't think that, Monty said even then when they found out about this shoulder injury, they don't believe, and whatever. If you think Monty's a liar, then you're not going to believe this either, but they believe that it's not going to hamper him at all in the future. And, I just have to believe that. I just think that it's a really unfortunate thing, but I don't think that it's anything really to get upset about or to, try and point fingers to try and blame somebody, because I just don't think it's really that big of a deal.
I'm looking here and I think I will be in the car. I don't think I'll be able to watch, but I will be keeping an eye on the Hornets. Tomorrow, they start their summer league, and Tejan
Selon
will have his debut.
Okay.
I saw
DJ
article.
Burns out there too. DJ Burns is
playing
for Cleveland right now.
I might get a flight. Honestly, I might be on Frontier.
Just do it.
No,
man.
catch
Just
me
do
on
it.
Frontier.
Yeah, you and Brendan just sneak into his luggage or something.
All right. Well,
I'm pretty sure luggage doesn't.
As we're getting to Steven, so he might have a joke now. 916-339-1140. Let's get to Steven. Wants to be part of the conversation. What's up, Steven? What you got for us? Happy Friday, man.
Happy Friday to you. I don't have a joke at all. I'm not here to bust you up. I'm actually here to give you some sports talk. So I'm not trying to tell you any of that. So the tennis, you guys were talking about tennis, dude, at Wimbledon.
Mm-hmm.
And it blows my mind that Alcaraz, who is just this young up-and-comer, who's been ranked number one, is going up against the Joker. And I don't get why those ticket prices are so much. I believe actually Joker has already surpassed
can't remember if it was Federer or Nadal that had the record. Yeah.
I can't remember who has the all-time record, and I believe it was Nadal that had it. But these tickets are 10,000. What baffles me is that these tickets are so much at Wimbledon, because Wimbledon's not necessarily cheap to get into anyway. But for Alcaraz, we're talking about Nadal and Federer and Joker. Like, those three tennis players were absolutely at the top of their game all at the same time, and nobody really cares. I don't know. It seems like it's back asswards. You know what I mean? As far as that's concerned. But we'll have to see, man. Talking about tennis, dude, I love it, man.
Yeah,
do this more. Yeah. You guys have yourselves a good weekend, man. Thank you very much for your time, man. Really appreciate it, boys.
Thanks for the call, Steven. Did not know Steven was a tennis guy.
Wow, I didn't.
Well, you said De'Aaron's a tennis guy. Steven,
big tennis guy.
Are there any other secret tennis? Like, I'm trying to think. Do I have any surprising sports that I'm into? Yeah, we talk
cricket
golf.
Or something.
Yeah,
similar to baseball, maybe. You don't ever.
Yeah, I don't have any random ones. Obviously, we know there's a huge soccer
college
fan
baseball.
base. Yeah, college
big,
baseball
that's pretty random.
is pretty niche.
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
Simone, any secret sports that you enjoy?
No, it was very complicated. I had to learn how to watch cricket like through a documentary. It's very detailed.
Yes.
Are you an F1 person, Simone?
I am.
I feel like
yes, that qualifies.
Oh, that qualifies now.
Yeah, F1's my one thing.
Yeah,
definitely big Mercedes girl.
So you were happy
Lewis
the other day,
Hamilton.
didn't? Lewis Hamilton won the other week, didn't he? I think he did. I think I saw that. My sister is also obsessed with Lewis Hamilton. So
is this all from the show?
Talented.
Is this all from the show?
Yes. Yeah, very talented. She is very impressed with his talent as well.
This is all from the show.
All from the show.
Yeah.
All from the show.
I got into it. Bill Burr. I used to listen to his podcast a lot, and he was always obsessed with it, and he encouraged me to get into it. And
See, I think the difference is if you follow, how much do you follow the sport, right? So I'll fire up if nothing's on. I'll watch bowling. I will.
Really?
Bowling.
Oh my god!
But I don't follow it.
How did that not immediately come out of your mouth the second we start talking about watching obscure sports?
No, but I don't follow it Like, I don't know the bowling rankings.
I don't think that matters. I think even just if I see bowling on, I'm like, wow, ESPN is really stretched for programming.
No, I check it out. It's on CBS
That's
Sports.
Crazy. You also watch Horsies, though.
Well, I watch Horsies for a different reason.
It's still entertainment.
Sometimes I'll hypothetically.
You're not doing any scouting. You're not even. Yeah, exactly.
No, I'll see who has the last, the fastest, highest speed rating.
Is there advanced stats for Horsies?
Oh yeah. How many?
Did they just call them Horsies?
Yeah, their win percentage. We got the Horsies. Let's go to Mike. Wants to be a part of the conversation. What's up, Mike? What you got for us?
Hey. First off, I want to say that Simone has one of the best laughs ever.
Agreed.
You, Mike.
Next thing I wanted to say is like a sport that people overlook, even though it's not technically a sport, and I think you know where I'm going with this, is professional wrestling. People really overlook that that stuff is massive. Massive. So that's all I wanted to say.
Huge.
Stay cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for the call, Mike. So are we talking, and I didn't get a chance to talk to Mike. So are we talking WWE?
Yeah.
Is that,
for sure. Yeah.
So is it about?
I don't watch it.
And that's why you look back to see if the ghost of Verlad was still here.
Verlad was here. Yeah, I was like, Verlad is quite literally. He's the biggest wrestling fan I've ever met.
Well, look, we had Brett Siegel on today.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're trying our best to milk this thing until something breaks. We're in the quiet time. Brett seems to think that we have a little bit more time before something. There are going to be some rumblings coming out of Summer League. We do know that. So I think we've made it through probably one of the rougher times. So what I'm getting to is we are in the height. We are in a very summer-centric time period right now. So if we want to do the wrestling, whether or not it's a sports thing, it's either now or never. So if Mike says that it's an overlooked sport, is it more so about, hey, the sport of it is the fact that these guys are so in shape to pull off what they pull off, not the fact that it is real or not real.
Right. I think so. Is that because you would still consider them, or I guess, it ties into sport, and are these guys athletes?
They are athletic enough to do those things, so they have to be athletes.
So. I mean, I would say so. I think, I get it. Like, maybe you want to be a stickler and really, be specific about what makes a thing a sport and what doesn't. But, it definitely takes a crazy amount of athleticism. Like, I mean, you see Rey Mysterio out here flying around, whipping around people and stuff back in the day. Like, you can't, and, even the jumps that they make, all that stuff, it definitely, they're lifting as much, if not more than any other athlete. And, they have to put on shows and make everything look perfect too. I guess it's not technically a competitive sport, but it's, I don't know what else you would call it. Like, it's definitely entertainment.
What's more of a sport?
Yeah.
Pro wrestling or bowling?
Yeah, I think that's probably a classic one or the other, right?
That's a classic summer matchup.
Yeah, bowling or wrestling definitely takes more athleticism.
I agree.
100%. Like, you can't, I was going to say you can't be 400 pounds.
But I think you could put, I think you could put the same conversation with bowling and golf.
Maybe.
Golf is harder.
Look, you're the bowling expert.
But golf
so
is harder,
exactly.
But what you're exerting athletically.
Yeah. I would say bowling is undoubtedly a sport because it is, it is, still going out, and it's there's a ball and an objective and winners and losers and all that stuff. It's like cornhole.
You don't got to walk anywhere.
Yeah. It's not the most intensive sport, but it is still nonetheless a sporting activity. Like, archery is a sporting activity.
What were you talking about? F1? Or they have to be in
that's crazy
because of the G's,
that's
right?
Probably,
the G-force.
Maybe that's,
and they're nice and light.
That's a decent comp. Yeah. Like a racer is a racer an athlete as a, is Jimmy Johnson an athlete or who would you consider more of an athlete? Jimmy Johnson, shows how much I watch NASCAR. I can't name anybody who's raced in the past 10 years, but
Jeff Gordon.
That's another. I think he's older than Jimmy Johnson, but sure. Jeff Gordon or Jimmy Johnson.
He was the man.
We'll use old wrestlers too. Are those two?
Yeah.
How do they compare to John Cena and The Undertaker?
Jeff Gordon or The Rock?
There you go.
Better athlete.
Yeah, put them side by side and try and tell me who's the athlete and who's not. Go ahead. Yeah.
Hey, Whatever's clever. All right. Coming up next, we break down the ESPYs and who won what. Also, we have some MLB All-Star talk and the best quarterback who they refuse to pay. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas' Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
18 number ones. What was I thinking? Countless ACM and CMA awards. Sold out world tours. And now, Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by McKee Brothers Plumbing, Rooter, and Heat, and Dawson Oil Company.
The Open Championship celebrates its 152nd anniversary this month at Royal Troon in Scotland. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. The game's top players assemble for a chance at the coveted Claret Jug. The Open Championship is about tradition, excellence, and class. And you'll find similar qualities at Naturewood Home Furnishings as they assemble the finest furniture and brand choices for your selection. When you visit Naturewood, you'll be amazed at the gallery of superior furniture available for your lifestyle, for your decor, for your home. This weekend during Naturewood's bedroom sale, you're sure to find the perfect piece you've been searching for. Naturewood is proud to bring you Open Championship updates on this station and proud to offer you the finest furnishings available. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the Waterville.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthabite.net.
There is a different vibe at night at the Hagen Oaks Range powered by Top Tracer. It's more relaxed with golfers and newbies side by side enjoying the technology used on televised golf tournaments. Play a variety of fun games. Play Pebble Beach. Compete against friends at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range. Or treat yourself to 9 holes on the Mackenzie putting course. Hungry? The Hangout Food Truck offers burgers, chicken strips, and more. And don't forget to check the summer-long free concert schedule at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range, Fulton Avenue and Cap City Freeway.
This segment is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville. Check them out at KiaVacaville.com.
Hey, here's one of those stars, Charles Barkley. Hey, we're live on KCRA 3. How's that golf game?
What city?
Sacramento, the King.
Y'all got cable there?
Woo! See,
hey, great trade. Get DeMar DeRozan.
How big of a difference does that make for the Sacramento?
Well, I think he's a terrific player, and he's a great guy. He's going to bring some veteran leadership. So Sacramento got better, and I'm really hoping they do well because I really pull for the Kings. You know, because they got some of the best fans in the world. They're like totally opposite of those jackasses in Golden State. Their fans are the worst. But Sacramento got great fans.
Great stuff. Well, some great stuff.
See, that's how you do it, Gilbert.
Where you poke fun.
Easy.
But this is what's so crazy to me, right? I don't understand. And we deal with this. And look, it is way too late in the show to get deep. But when people grew up somewhere and then they end up balling out, right, doing their thing, but then they forget. And you can't even call Sacramento the little guy because they're the state capital, right? And so I'm looking this up now, Chris, as Charles Barkley asked, do you have cable there in Sacramento? You know where Charles Barkley was born and grew up?
Alabama. I'm not sure where in Alabama.
Leeds, Alabama. Leeds. Okay. He went to Leeds High School.
Okay.
Do you know what the population is in Leeds, Alabama?
I don't, but I would guess under 5,000.
12,000.
Okay. Well,
12,000.
Good for them.
So
they're
he
a thriving community.
He balls out. He goes to Auburn. He's a Hall of Fame basketball player. And now he's taking shots at quote unquote little old Sacramento.
And San Antonio
Charles,
too.
You're from Leeds, Alabama. I don't get that. I know he said great stuff after, but I just don't understand that.
It's his bit, you know. He calls the people of San Antonio pretty much what Gilbert called the people of Sacramento. Honestly, Gilbert kind of stole his flow bar for bar there. I mean, it's kind of his bit, I guess, and I guess nobody just checks him on it. But you make a really good point, and I wonder what he would say if you said that back to him.
It's all fun and game. You know, you just forget where you came from. You know, what's crazy is a lot of people when I would, tell people where I was from and when I was in Philly or whatever, I would never say Concord because nobody's ever heard of Concord. You know, I actually had a stand-up bit that I did a couple years. Well, now it's 2019 where I said I would say Concord really fast. So people would think I was saying Compton because at least they would have heard of that where you can conquer. You know, I would just say it very fast.
Exactly.
You know, check it out on
that
YouTube.
accent's there.
Exactly. You know how many people, you know what the and I say Concord, I would say is a small city. Yeah, you know how many people, you know what the population of Concord is?
Oh man. No, I'm not even going to guess because I'd probably sound stupid.
122,000.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't guess.
And that's small.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a small.
Exactly. And that's 10 times as big as
as Leeds, Alabama. Crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, I would say Concord is small, especially for the Bay Area. Like it's not, it's definitely one that everybody knows, but it's not the first thing that's going to come to your mind when you say, "Hey, yeah, let's go to that Bay Area."
Only northern. Nobody outside of Northern California.
That's true. Probably, yeah. Southern California.
And I don't even think all of Northern California. I think there's some people in Sacramento never heard of Concord.
That's true. Yeah, my grandpa grew up, or when I was a kid, he was in Concord. And that's I guess kind of the only reason why I know it so familiar.
We're kind of in a weird sports wise. It's a very confusing time. Content creation wise, this is an outstanding weekend. You have Summer League.
Yep.
Okay. If you're someone who's out there podcasting and you don't know what you're going to do this weekend, you got Summer League in Vegas. You got the ACC golf tournament in Tahoe. And I guess you already missed the ESPYs.
Like ACC? What are we talking college for?
Right. Well, yeah. The American
Century Classic.
Century Classic. And then you just missed this, but you had the ESPYs. So there are a lot of quotes going around right now.
That's true.
A lot of quotes being floated around. Okay, Chris, I gave you a beginning of the show. We guessed some, or we just kind of announced some of the winners, right? Best Major League Baseball player, Shohei. Best NFL player, Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to give you some, see if you can
perfect
guess some of the winners.
Okay.
Simone, you can hop in here if you want as well. This is a tough one. I'm going to start you with the really tough one.
Okay.
Actually, I'll start you with an easy one, then a tough one.
Lay it up.
And I'll give you a hint because the second one is tough. Best WNBA player.
Okay. Can I get the nominees or no?
I don't have the nominees.
Oh, okay.
I just have the list of winners.
It should be Asia Wilson. It 100% should be Asia Wilson.
Yeah, I'm cheating. I know.
Asia Wilson is correct.
Okay, good.
And
Now
she wasn't
here's the
definitely
tough
should be.
one. Again, another woman.
Okay.
Best breakthrough athlete. This is tough.
Oh, I do know the answer to this question.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
I follow
game
her.
is,
I
like,
follow her on
imploding.
Instagram.
Oh, young
Shout out
Juju.
Juju. Cousin Juju. Absolutely.
All right.
Come on. It's my cousin. I can't not.
Okay. Let's see what else is out there.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is out there. Well, Chris, you really did that.
I mean, I was telling you about the championship performance. I can't
That's
believe
right.
Jaylen Brown got chosen for that. I mean, I don't even know like what awards.
Best soccer player.
Oh my God. Is it just world or is this a United
World.
States specific? Who would they have as is it? Well, Mbappe wasn't there, but I would guess Messi actually, because Messi, there's a chance that maybe he showed up to the ESPYs. Is that correct? Mbappe. Yeah. Then there's a 0% chance they got that fool to show up.
And last but not least, this is another toughie unless you saw it.
Oh, I don't think I did.
Best comeback athlete.
Oh, I did not see this. Let's think of some comeback athletes for this calendar year. Who would have been a comeback athlete? Sorry. I really can I get a hint sport wise? You don't have to give me.
It's not a major sport.
Okay. Best comeback
Interesting.
athlete, not a major sport. Is it Naomi Osaka?
That's close.
Oh, okay.
You're warm. Wrong sport, but warm.
Oh, okay. Dang. Okay. I was like, okay, then Coco Gauff.
But yeah, she
Wrong
wouldn't have a
sport.
comeback.
Right.
She's just on the
If
incline.
I gave you another hint, I'll give you the other hint just for fun. It's coming up.
It's
Gonna have
coming
another
up.
chance at it very soon. She's gonna have another chance at it.
An Olympian. Oh, Simone Biles.
That's correct.
Simone!
You got there. You got there.
Interesting. She's
Comeback?
how did she? I mean, I know like she was having the mental
Yeah,
issues.
she took the break.
Yeah,
After
but that was at the last Olympics, wasn't it?
Well,
That was
another
4
one.
years ago. I mean, she should have been the comeback. Whatever.
Here we go. And I don't know if 916 is coming down your road or my road because I don't remember posting a video. This is from Studio Craig coming down our road.
Okay.
Bowling and golf, same athletic demands. Well, all due respect, I saw your swing at Land Park recently. So I see how you could confuse the demands of a golf round with bowling. Ha 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 ha. Love what you guys do from Studio Craig. I didn't post a swing.
No, I think he's saying that he saw me at Lamb Park.
You?
Well, maybe it might have been us. Actually, we played Lamb Park
together.
That was the last time I played Lamb Park.
I took a video when I almost went hole in one, but I didn't.
But you didn't take a
of my swing. I have posted my swing before. Studio Craig, what is it? Twitter, Instagram? How'd you see that swing?
And who are you talking about? Which one of us are you talking about?
I guess to be fair,
Alan tore his Achilles
Yeah,
like a
Studio
year
Craig.
ago. So if you're talking about Alan,
Studio
relax.
Craig.
If you're talking about me,
Yeah.
I didn't see your swing out there.
Studio Craig, come
Come
on.
on, come on,
I will
Craig.
say this
Come on,
though.
Craig.
The more I thought about it, it is tough because bowling, you walk, run up a little bit. It's
I am
golf.
also I cannot like bowling is by far my worst.
It's
sport.
golf. Golf is tougher, Studio Craig.
It's undoubtedly.
Oh shoot. It was both of you. We were playing ahead of you. Why did you say hi, Studio Craig?
Shady.
You should have said hi. He says all in good fun. Studio Craig, you should have said hi. That's funny.
Did we almost hit somebody?
Wait, where was that from?
You guys quoting the Celtics.
Oh, we did it! Studio Craig.
Wow.
Let's get around.
Yeah, what the heck?
Help
I think
us.
we only had 3 that day, too.
That's
Craig.
right.
You could have played with us.
Studio Craig, help us, please. All right.
Cold
Coming up
world.
next, we hear a surprise, a really cool surprise for Paul Skeens. We also talk about our best surprises that we've pulled off or not pulled off. And last but not least, shout outs and closeouts. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports. Go for the gold May 1st through July 27th during Sky River Casino's $1 million Road to Glory giveaway. Play daily for a chance to win free play, cash, or your choice of a Lincoln Nautilus, GMC Sierra, or Ford Mustang GT every Saturday. Get 100 bonus entries by earning 100 tier credits every Monday and Tuesday, plus one free daily entry at our promotional kiosks. Victory could be yours during the $1 million Road to Glory giveaway at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Big O Tires proudly sells our own brand of innovative, newly designed tires, like the Bigfoot AT2 with improved all-terrain traction, and the Legacy All-Season Plus that keeps you on the road in any weather, with every set backed by our ProTech Plus warranty.
And right now, get $80 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Big O brand tires with installation purchase. Now through July 28th. Big O Tires, the team you trust. No carryouts, not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for details.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here to remind you that the famous Bay Area pizza company Amici's East Coast Pizzeria now has a location in Sacramento offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. You can check out their menu and order online at amicis.com and click on the Sacramento location. And as a special deal all this week, order any large pizza and get a second pizza of equal or lesser value for half the price. Use code HALF-OFF at checkout. So when you want a great deal on pizzas this week, use promo code HALF-OFF at amicis.com and Amici's delivers.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Granger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
You did it, Boston. The Celtics are NBA champions. It's time to come together and celebrate in style. Go to NBAstore.com right now to get all your championship gear. The official locker room collection with t-shirts for the whole crew. The official locker room hat, and everything you need to celebrate the Larry O'Brien Championship Trophy. Celtics fans, it's your time, so get your gear. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what you doing for Chrysler's Make This the Summer sales event?
Well, this month we have something special that only happens once a year. Big savings on one of America's most capable minivans. Right now you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on all remaining 23 Chrysler Pacifica hybrids, and that's on all trims.
Now, you said Chrysler Pacifica hybrids. Those things get 82 miles per gallon E with gas prices so high and $17,000 off MSRP. That's a no-brainer.
And a deal like this only happens once a year. So this is the time to take advantage of this savings at the dealership and at the pump.
The savings won't last long. Stop by Hoblet Dodge for a test drive today or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period.
$17,000 total net savings after $7,500 factory rebates and $9,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $7,500 federal EV tax credit offered by a third party and subject to change. Consult a tax professional for details and eligibility. 82 MPGE combined city highway rating based on fueleconomy.gov EPA rating. Send at this net savings while supplies last. See dealer for details.
Lead generation is one of the most important aspects of any marketing campaign. Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products or services to them. Go to aimyourdigital.com today. aimyourdigital.com.
amount of NBA arenas, and Slamson is by far one of the most, if not the most talented mascot that I've ever seen and been entertained by, period. So I've seen that.
Hitting it.
He's on the stilts in the fourth quarter. He got the rollerblades that I've seen him literally
with the dancers
walk up and down the stairs in the rollerblades, go through the aisles in rollerblades, stand on the seats like they're nothing. I'm like, who is this guy?
Tread carefully, though. I know we ruined a couple of children's holidays, and Slamson is very real and not another person. He's just Slamson. Yeah.
100%.
Please, yeah,
100%.
Come on, guys.
Well, it's like I know you're. Wow, this is a real throwback, Simone. I know you're an Animorphous fan, right?
Yes,
I think
Animorphs.
it's Animorphs. Yeah.
So
I think it's a similar situation as that,
Thank
where it's
Yeah,
like
he changes and changes
He
back.
literally walks into the arena and he starts to morph as he walks out. He becomes a normal person, because it'd be ridiculous if you were just walking in Rayleigh's aisle and you saw Slamson the mascot. I mean, that'd be insane. So,
Simone,
he's got to blend it.
This is a super throwback now that we're on this journey.
Why not?
The Secret World of Alex Mack. You remember that one?
No.
Oh,
so
he was kind of banking on that.
I know, and I'm really sorry to be so swift. And
Okay, Whitey does. Whitey, is that
It
the
is
one
not your
where
fault.
she turned into liquid? She turned into liquid, right? Yeah. Yep. She turned into liquid. I'm gonna fire that up this weekend.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Well, at least Whitey's here. Verlon, where's the ghost of Verlon?
What channel did it come on?
Nickelodeon.
Wow.
And it wasn't like a Nick at Night thing.
No.
Say the name again.
The Secret Life of Alex Mack. I know the YouTube and the Sack Chat has my back on that. It was fire.
Okay. Take your word for it.
It was fire. Animorphs. Was that a show too, or just books?
I think they turned it
was a
into
show.
a show.
Yeah, and I got shamed
You
one
ever
day.
heard of Goosebumps?
Really?
What are we doing here? You ever heard of Goosebumps?
I've heard of Goosebumps.
You ever
We
heard of
love
Are You Afraid of
Goosebumps.
the Dark?
Yes, we love that.
Ren
We
and
celebrate
Stimpy?
that.
Absolutely.
Yep, we love
Cat
Ren and
Dog,
Stimpy.
come on.
Rocco's Modern Life?
Yes.
Angry Beavers. I could go all day.
Well, no, clearly you can't. Clearly you can't. All right, let's hear from the Dan Patrick Show. Really cool. You have Paul Skeens. He's doing a hit with Dan Patrick, and he gets a very special call about something very special that he will get to do right after he was on the heels of throwing a no-hitter.
Conducting an interview here. What's going on?
Yeah, well, I felt like it was my time to just butt in on a really special moment. I could see you guys were having your special time. But Paul, first of all, how are you doing? I just wanted to congratulate you. I've chosen you to be the starter for the National League in the 2024 All-Star Game. I'm really, really excited for you. It's an unbelievable honor and one that's so well deserved.
How about a round of applause?
Let's go.
Thank you, sir. That's unbelievable. That's awesome.
Can't hide the excitement. That was from Torey Lavulo, manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks. So great stuff for Paul Skeens. It's just, look, well, I'm not going to say anything about his personality. I honestly just haven't seen a lot of it. I just see him in pictures with Livy Dunn. But either way, his electricity on the mound is legit. And I'm really happy that he's going to get a chance to show the world that they're in Arlington during the All-Star break. All right, Simone, shout outs and closeouts. Let's get this thing going. Couple minutes here. YouTube, Sack Chat, get your shout outs and closeouts in now. I'm going to kick it off, Chris, because I got something raring to go. As I told you, I have to get in the car after this and go do my Oakland Ballers thing. The Ballers announced yesterday, as they are really trying to help Oakland get back that professional baseball that they are losing with the Oakland A's moving out of town. The Oakland Ballers announced that fans will have the opportunity to purchase ownership shares in the Pioneer League Baseball Club. The team announced yesterday. The announcement opened the official testing the waters phase of the crowdfunding process, which will allow anyone interested in being involved in the Ballers funding round to indicate what level of financial commitment they'd be willing to invest. In roughly 4 weeks, the official crowdfunding period will open, which will allow investors to buy shares in the team. Ballers co-founder Paul Friedman, I was just with him yesterday, said the team was inspired by the Oakland Roots/Soul Soccer Club crowdfunding effort last summer, which raised nearly $2 million. The Ballers are looking to take the fan-investor relationship a step further than the Roots did, allowing fan owners to have voting rights on important issues related to how the team is run. The Ballers believe They are the first U.S. professional sports team to offer fans the opportunity to buy voting shares in the team. So shout out to the Oakland Ballers.
That's crazy.
It's a great time if you ever find yourself out in the Bay. Get on out there. All right, Simone, Chris, let's get it.
Chris, go first, please.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll give an early shout out to my dad. His birthday's on Wednesday, I think, the 17th. So shout out Pops for sure. I'm pretty sure he listens all the way through to the end of the show. So shout out Dad. I won't put your age out there, but he's my dad's in much better shape than I am, and he has been my entire life.
I still need to meet your dad.
He looks great. He's not looking a day over 30. So shout out Pops, and definitely have to get a round in at some point during this week. But I also have my girlfriend's birthday on Saturday, so I'm kind of double stacked here. And might have to make some decisions.
Why didn't you lead with that? God, I can't believe I still have to coach you.
That's
right.
because
Shout out Weather.
I thought about this, Simone. See, my dad's birthday's on Wednesday. My girlfriend's is on Saturday. So next time for shout-outs and closeouts, I can give the shout-outs.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Mm-hmm. Simone?
Chestnut checkers.
Quick shout out. My boyfriend took care of me. I was a little down and out this weekend. And shout out to my beautiful mind for destroying drapes in the Whitey's Way Back quiz.
Always shout out Simone.
Drops the mic.
Yes. Thank you, Simone.
Drive Guys up next. Whitey Gleason, Kyle Draper. Enjoy your weekend. If you got paid, treat yourself. If you didn't, don't worry. You'll get paid next week. Until Monday.
Take Megabus.
Secure the bag. Take Megabus. Like the beam.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is